some of you may be unaccustomed to this idea because I see some new faces here. Now, some of you may be unaccustomed to this idea because I see some new faces here. Now, some of you may be unaccustomed to this idea because I see some new faces here. Now, some of you may be unaccustomed to this idea because I see some new faces here. Now, some of you may be unaccustomed to this idea because I see some new faces here. Now, some of you may be unaccustomed to this idea because I see some new faces here. Unaccustomed to this idea because I see some new faces here. Now, some of you may be unaccustomed to this idea because I see some new faces here. Now, some of you may be unaccustomed to this idea because I see some new faces here. this idea because I see some new faces here. Now, some of you may be unaccustomed to this idea because I see some new faces here. Now, some of you may be unaccustomed to this idea because I see some new faces here. this idea because I see some new faces here. Now, some of you may be unaccustomed to this idea because I see some new faces here. Now, some of you may be unaccustomed to this idea because I see some new faces here. Now, some of you may be unaccustomed to this idea because I see some new faces here. Now, some of you may be unaccustomed to this idea because I see some new faces here.
Why do I hear a rattling?
Maybe it's my...
Oh, now I hear the rattling even more.
Maybe it's my...
No.
No?
I still hear a rattling.
Maybe it's my...
Hang on. It's definitely something over there. But I can lower these. Oh, that's what it was. Those last three.
Yeah.
What was that?
I have no idea.
Good grief. Man, you heard it though, right?
I heard it.
Okay.
It was doing some creepy stuff, and I like it. I should have looped that in the process somewhere.
Man.
All right, who we got with us? Welcome in Roy Joy Void, Uncle Chrome, Syncatron, Night Night Andy.
Night Andy.
Tone Smith is in the house as well as he should be. The
He better be.
Crazy Rabbit. We got Tracker Jack. God damn it. You know when Tracker comes in, he gets all the attention.
Oh, jeez.
Come on, let's give it to him.
All right, hang on.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah. Tracker Jack redacted black legs. Splat.
Since Lamar isn't here.
Which he will be here. I think he ran into some traffic, I think.
Yeah.
So he'll be here within 30, maybe 40 minutes, but he is lurking, he is gurking, and he is on his way. Cornish wave music, my boy. The king of emotions. The king of wanting to change a man's whole paradigm. Cornish wave music. Who else did we leave? I know there's some gurkers out there.
Yeah, we have a bunch.
We got the usual suspects.
But we have a special guest today.
We do have a special guest.
We've been trying for a hot second to have this individual come in.
I think the universe does things as it wants to, not as you need it to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
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 Shall we
Without ado, let me get some reverb in here.
Oh, okay. Jeez, here we go. You ready?
Ready? Yeah. Tone Smith.
Oh.
Here I am.
You got some. Oh, wait, no. Oh, that's.
Oh, yeah, you brought it back. Yeah, baby. Yeah, you brought that shit back.
What is going on?
She said, rewind.
Wow.
Damn.
That's okay.
Okay.
What's up, guys?
Tony Barone.
Oh,
I just always wanted to say that when I said to myself, when Tone comes on camera, I'm going to do that. Why am I going to do that? I have no fucking idea, but I did it anyways.
When you get a wild idea in your head,
I just go with it.
Yeah.
Gotta go with it.
You got to go with it.
Definitely gotta
Even
go with
if it may be offensive sometimes, you guys know who we are. I apologize now for everyone in the comment section. I don't know how to control my mouth.
That is a very true statement.
I think everyone pretty much knows that here.
And I can vouch for that.
Yeah, you can. You can. Tony, my man, what is going on? It is nice to have you on a show, my buddy.
I'm super happy to be here.
Finally.
Yeah, seriously. Never on schedule, always on time.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, like the true wizard you are. Sir.
Absolutely.
How's it going, man? What have you been up to?
Man, a lot of nothing. Hang out in here. I spend all my time in this room, pretty much. All my toys are in here. My computer's in here. I work in here. It's kind of like a cage, but I like it.
Yeah, I mean, it looks comfortable.
It's like your your hole. I call so my office is in the house, and so I wake up in the morning, get my coffee and stuff, and I'm like, okay, I'm going in my hole because literally that's
exactly what it is.
If you can't find me, I'm probably in the office working.
Yeah, but when I'm looking at yours, I would just want to go to sleep, dude. Because
mine doesn't have a couch. My office doesn't have a couch.
I'd want to play something, put it on loop, and just go to sleep and never be really creative at all.
It looks like a very comfortable
right?
couch too.
It looks like a Cuban drug lord studio, or in a way. I don't know. It's just too chill. It's too chill.
Are you-
Tony.
It's a futon. It looks more comfortable
I
than it
was
is. To be
gonna
honest
say,
with you.
is that a
Yeah.
futon? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
This
a cast.
doubles as a third bedroom, a guest bedroom, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wouldn't trust my equipment with guests.
See, my office.
Who moved my fucking knobs?
My office used to be like that, and I was like, no, it's not happening anymore. So I took out the bed out of the office.
Yeah, we put it down in the basement.
was like, nope.
It just yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, something about putting a guest room in with your either it's your workspace or your creative space.
Yeah.
And you can't go in when you want because the guests are over. So we got smart and we actually made a bedroom
Downstairs
in the basement with its own bathroom and everything.
Yeah.
And that worked better.
Especially for like my line of work. Like I can't just have anybody walking into that office.
Yeah, seeing social security numbers of like
Movie stars.
Tom Hanks or some shit would not be good.
No.
Yeah. But Tony, this is not about us. It's about you. Normally my brother would be right here, so he'll smooge his way on in here. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Let's go back as far as you can remember, sir. I want to go back to where you literally felt your diapers being changed. Is that possible?
I mean, maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
Some
Hypnosis.
third eye shit, maybe.
Yeah.
Before Lamar gets here, I just want everyone to know this is a jazz bass only stream until he shows up.
Oh,
Oh,
shit. Okay, damn.
You see what he did there? He's rubbing it. He
came with it.
He
Shit.
stuck the knife in there
I think my brother really appreciates it.
and then pulled it out and then put lemon on
And
it.
put a little bit of lemon on there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, that thing is glossy
That's
too.
nice. Yeah.
So, Marilyn, you're seeing things in real time. I'm seeing things as the YouTubers see it, right? So
Should I? Give me your laptop and I can fix that.
you can?
Yep.
Okay. Tony, give us 1 minute. I need to see you in real time here.
Yeah, sure. By the way, hi everybody. Who's in here?
Yeah,
Steve.
say hi,
Hey,
everybody.
Steve. BB's here. Good night, Andy. We'll see you
I'll catch you in
tomorrow.
a minute.
Tracker Jack Studio.
Yeah, Andy is always saying goodnight to everybody,
Yeah,
right?
it's like my favorite thing in the world,
Yeah.
to be honest with you.
He doesn't get tired either.
Unc Chrome's here.
Well, it's hilarious because I also,
RDV, what up, baby?
I play into it, right? And I'm like, Andy,
Oh,
are
yeah.
you sure you said goodnight to? Nope.
He doesn't
nope.
sleep, he waits.
He waits.
I'm like, no, I think you need to go ahead and start over and say goodnight to everybody.
Cornish, Wabs, what's up, guys?
This world needs a hero just came in, or did he just sneak in? When
I
did
don't
you?
know.
co- When did
Can't
he
keep track.
Yeah, me either. Who knows when these clowns come in?
You don't need the chat on this, right? Because you got the chat on.
I
your
got the
phone?
chat on my
Okay,
phone,
Here you go. You are currently in real time, good sir. Leave it to IT to fix everything.
Is there a job you don't do?
Wipe his ass. I refuse, I refuse until he literally becomes senile.
It's not like I haven't tried though, Tone.
Yeah, trust
I
me, he's
really
tried.
tried, sir.
Yeah.
I should be ashamed of myself, I know, but I don't know. I just can't find myself not to be.
He's like, I'm oddly quite
I'm
okay
oddly
with that.
cool with trying to have the wife. Okay, never mind. Let's go.
All right. So grew up in New York. My parents were high school sweethearts. They married at like 18 years old, like fucking crazy people did in the 70s.
Oh, wow.
So my dad's a musician. He's a bass player. He's an engineer. He does all the same. He's got his own cave of, music gear that he plays in. He was in a band at the time. They went on the road for like better part of a decade before they had kids. I'm the oldest. I have a younger sister and a half brother for my dad and his second wife years later. But yeah, they waited to their late 20s to have kids. There's always music and art in the house. They were both into, classic rocks, standard stuff from that era. Jazz, experimental stuff. My dad was really into King Crimson and Yes. So yeah, I grew up with a lot of fun stuff to
Or
listen
any
to.
of your other siblings do music like you do?
No, my sister messed around a little bit. She became a really, really talented photographer.
Oh, okay.
She doesn't do it professionally, at least once in a while she'll do freelance gigs like a wedding or a party for someone. But yeah, she's great at it. Whenever I've needed anything for, band photos over the years and stuff like that, I'm always trying to get her
to
do the
it.
job. I mean, forget the cost, but just I like the way she sees things.
Yeah.
I like the way she photographs stuff, and that counts for a lot. So
yeah. Okay, what's your earliest memory in the household? What was being played? What was the music environment? What was going on in your earliest memories, dude?
So like picture like silver-faced hi-fi systems, some crazy scruffy grunchy grouchy guy playing bass in the corner, the house cat like rolling around on his back in the orange felt of the inside of the fender cases, stuff like that. Like I said, the same music that they grew up with and they listened to, we listened to a lot of Beatles when I was a kid.
Oh, okay.
A lot of Yes, a lot of the Police, some jazz. My mom loved Chick Corea.
Oh, no shit. Yeah.
They used to listen to Manhattan Transfer all the time.
What about Motown? Any Motown in there?
Yeah, like, early to mid 80s, Motown was still really prevalent on the radio. Like the old, what we would think of as the oldie stations when I was a kid was still pretty regular on the radio stations. So plenty of that. Man, it's been a long time since I've actually even thought about what we were listening to when we were kids. The Beatles is what I remember from my childhood the most. I mean, there's not a Beatles song I couldn't sing along to at this point in my life.
What about cartoons? What were you into? What was the imagination at a young age?
If you would ask me at 5 what I wanted to be when I grow up, I would have said an astronaut.
Okay.
I don't even like getting on planes anymore. Don't know what that's all about.
It's called being an adult and knowing that shit can go down.
Right, I guess. I loved Saturday morning cartoons. Warner Brothers stuff was big.
Yeah.
Man, I can remember being like 5 or 6 years old, and Return of the Jedi came on HBO, and my dad sat me down on the couch and was like, "You're gonna love this." I mean, shit, I still wear long sleeve black t-shirts because I wanted to look like Luke Skywalker when I was a kid.
Yeah. I had the action figures my damn self.
That's too funny.
Yeah. What about Hanna-Barbera? Were you into any Hanna-Barbera?
Yeah. I mean, all that was whatever was on Saturday mornings, weekdays after school and whatnot, which was basically Warner Brothers and Hanna-Barbera stuff. I loved the Flintstones as a kid. Spent a lot of time watching Sesame Street.
Yeah, that was a go-to.
Sesame Street was the shit.
Did you have like educational programs like PBS? And Reading Rainbow and
absolutely. Absolutely. I remember being I don't know, probably like a 10, 11-year-old kid and starting to watch Star Trek: The Next Generation, being like, why do I know that guy?
Right.
With the glasses? Like what?
Yeah.
What's his name? What's his name?
LeVar
Burton. Yeah, there you go. LeVar Burton.
But yeah, it took me a minute to make the connection. But once I did, I was like, oh, all right.
Yeah.
So you were born and raised in New York. Are you still in New York?
No, I'm in central Pennsylvania now.
Okay.
Me and my wife moved here right after we got married. Her family's from upstate New York, hence upstate, downstate.
Yep.
And her sister, who's a few years older than me, went to college down here and never moved home, stayed here. Married a local guy. We have 2 wonderful nieces that we teach guitar and piano to now. Anyway, so before we got married, we were coming here to visit them before they had kids. And then after our first niece was born, and we got married, and we were like, I would love to stay on Long Island. It's a real expensive place to live, especially for artists, especially for anyone who's not making six figures and more.
Right.
So we discussed leaving, and we were talking about where we're going to go, and it just came out like, hey, let's go check out. Like, we've been to Williamsport, we like it. That's where it is, Williamsport, Pennsylvania, home of the Little League World Series, if anyone's into baseball. And her sister was here, and we came and visited a bunch of times and kind of fell in love with it. It's a small town. It's like 35,000 people in the city, maybe 100,000 in the county that we're in. But
that's like one city in California,
right?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, the county itself is something like 3-4 times the size of Nassau County, where I lived on Long Island, and it's got like a tenth of the people.
Right.
It's just wide open space. So Williamsport sits on a river. It wound up, I didn't know this when we were coming to visit, but I have a second cousin who lives here, and she had been here for a few years as well. I didn't know she was here. I was coming to visit once, and my mom was like, hey, call Grace. Like, call Grace Ann? She's like, yeah, call Grace. Like, isn't she in Hershey? She's like, no, she moved to Williamsport. I'm like, all right. So that was nice about moving here. We had my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law and their one daughter at the time. They had the second one after we moved here. My cousin and now her husband. They have a son who's 6 years old now. We've been here 8 years now. And both of those families friends to meet and hang out. So like, we moved to a town that we knew, 3 people, and ended up with a great friend group. Finally starting to meet some musicians around here, trying to get things going with that. It's nice. It's a nice place to live.
Are you trying to create like a full band or something there?
Yeah. So I met a dude through my cousin Grace and her friends, who we got to talking about music, and we like a lot of the same things. And he's like, yeah, he's like, I play bass. I just started playing bass a few years ago. I'm like, oh no shit, I play bass. I've been playing bass since I'm, a teenager. And he was like, we should start a band. I'm like, we can't both play bass. So we kept talking, and we stayed friends. And then eventually he was just like, you should learn how to play guitar. You can do that, right? I'm like, I've never really played guitar. That was like 2 summers ago. Right. I now own 4 guitars, 2 guitar amps,
the
enough
power
pedals
of
to drown
suggestion.
myself. Yeah, and I'm not good at it, but I'm not bad either. I did, like I said, played bass for a long time. It's been 25 years. Played in lots of bands. I played professionally. Guitar is different, but it's not that far off. Like, I had a lot of the background information and knowledge I needed to just like, all right, learn how to put my fingers in different places, more than 1 or 2 fingers at a time. I'll get there.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like we jumped ahead a little bit. So
yeah,
we did.
Okay, so we went from childhood to like
adulthood. Real quick.
So what was your middle age, like teen era? What was going on before high school? Like, how were you molding yourself? What was molding you? Who was molding you?
The friends I made in elementary school. So like, I grew up in a town called Elmont. It's where the Belmont racetrack is. If you're into horse racing, the Belmont Stakes, it happens there. It was literally 3/4 of a mile from the house I grew up in. I lived there until high school, and then we moved after. Okay, so let me actually back up. My parents split when I was in elementary school. Me, my mom, and my sister moved in with my mom's mother. Same town, just a couple of neighborhoods away. And Elmont's was a blue collar. It was always a blue collar town. It was farmland in the early 1900s. It became a blue collar town. By the time I was born, it was a very diverse neighborhood. It's just over the border outside of Queens into Nassau County. So if you listen to 90s hip hop, things like A Tribe Called Quest always talks about a place called Linden Boulevard. Linden Boulevard runs right through Elmont. It's like the next neighborhood over from where a lot of that Queens hip hop happened. So I was friends with kids from every walk of life and every imaginable race, color, and creed. And it was the first place I learned a lot of different things. That when my grandmother passed and my mom sold the house and moved us to a town called Oyster Bay, which is where her sister lived. That is one of the probably top 15 per capita income towns in the country now.
Right.
I did not know how to talk to white people, man.
Yeah.
It was like a culture shock. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, what?
That's that urban street life, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was different. I eventually got over it. But it was very strange in the beginning. And
were you like into anything negative? Like, did you do anything like negative? Were you stealing, robbing, beating up people? Like,
no.
I
mean,
okay, because that's a crazy area to be like, you know,
it is
skimming around in, bro.
Right. And I saw that. You ever hear? I'm going to go back to 90s hip hop. People talk about the 4-pounders. The 4-pounders were the Queen Street Gang.
Right. Mobb Deep always talked about it.
Yes. Okay. So actually, it's funny you mentioned that. So they were prevalent in the area. So like I knew kids, teenagers that wanted to be gangsters that would hang around with people that were a little dangerous, but I don't know. It wasn't something I ran into that was ever a problem, which is great. So Mobb Deep, after they got a record contract and blew up, they moved into a house around the corner from the house I grew up in Illinois.
Oh shit!
They talking.
It's a war going on outside. Nobody's safe from.
Right. They talking one of their songs about the playground in the backyard they built for the kids. I played in that playground.
No shit.
Yeah, like I had a really good friend. I was a little older than playground age at that time, but like a real good friend who lived around the corner from us lived next door to them, and he had a younger brother. And so we'd end up palling around in that playground a few times. And then it wasn't until afterwards I realized who the owners were and who they were. Kind of crazy. But so we moved out of Elmont. I was really into hip hop, very much influenced by it. The grunge era was a thing that was happening that I was into. I wasn't playing any instruments though. If you would ask me at that age, I would have said I want to be a hip hop producer, or I would have just said a DJ at the time, but essentially a hip hop producer.
So an astronaut to a hip hop producer. Yeah. Okay, let's go.
Moved to Oyster Bay, met a few friends that were like trying to be in a band together. They weren't any good. A guitar player, bass player, drummer, and a singer, that kind of thing. And I went to, now I'm like 15 years old at this time. I went to a practice studio with them. So like hourly rental space, you go in, there's a back line, there's a drum kit, you bring your guitars, you bring your cymbals, and you pay, $20 an hour or whatever it is to just jam for a few hours in a space where you can be loud, where you can play big equipment, that kind of thing. There's a real PA there. They've got a couple of 57s hanging from the ceiling. You can pay them, another $20 and they'll record the room to a cassette for you to demo stuff out. And I went with them a couple of times, and it had been since I was a little kid where my dad was in a band and he had a studio that we would go to, that I had like been in that space, in that kind of world. And it was like a drug. It was instant. I was like, I want to do this.
Yeah.
I guess my mom got wind of that and said something to my dad about it. And he bought me a bass for Christmas when I was a sophomore in high school. And I mean, I got back from Christmas break. I'll never forget this. My buddy Scott, who's a drummer, singer, guitar player, songwriter, graphic artist, one of the most talented people I've ever met as far as any kind of art goes. I'm still friends with this guy to this day. He was just playing drums at the time. And I got back from winter break and the first period of the first day of school back, and he comes, "Hey, I heard you got a bass for Christmas and an amp." I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "All right, practice is tomorrow night at my house." And that was it. I was in a band, and I never stopped playing music after that. It was just, I hit the ground running. I learned everything on my own. Had a few good friends here and there that taught me things. Yeah.
So what about high school and stuff? Is this like the high school time frame or?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was your first job? How did you support yourself to do all this?
I've been working since I'm like 14. I had to support myself through through all this. My mom was a single mom. She worked real hard for a long time for me and my sister. And she's passed now. She died in 2018.
I'm sorry to hear that.
That's all right. She did a lot for us then that we knew about, and a lot we didn't. This woman had 2 life insurance policies and a 403b, which is like the nonprofit version of a 401k that she was squirreling money away into. Me and my sister both got to buy houses essentially with what she left us.
Wow.
And we didn't have a lot growing up other than food and a nice roof over our heads. You know, living in a town like Oyster Bay while I was in high school where there's all these rich kids was difficult because she couldn't just buy us whatever we wanted.
Right.
So like, you don't know what people do for you till they're gone sometimes, or you don't realize it, you know? And she did a lot for us. So, I mean, I worked at a bakery when I was 14. I worked at the CVS. I tried so many times to get the job at the local music store. There was this little independent music store in town called CDs and Tapes. That's like Long Island famous. If you were a Long Islander growing up in the late 90s, you knew about CDs and Tapes. That's where people went to buy like bootlegs and rare vinyl and stuff like that. I wanted a job there for years and I never got one. I'm still kind of sour about that. But I mean, yeah, I worked at that bakery, worked at the CVS. I started delivering pizzas. That was one of the best jobs I ever had. Delivering pizzas is the best.
Yeah. What was your first car doing that?
An 85 Chrysler Fifth Avenue.
Oh, totally a pizza delivery.
4-door.
Jeez.
Like dark red, had the fake tire cover on the back on the trunk.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's pimp.
My friends called it a pimp mobile.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
pimp.
yep.
It's definitely pimp. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's too funny.
So you supported yourself throughout this endeavor, and you got the band started.
It's more like he was told he was in a band.
Yeah,
right.
yeah. But nevertheless,
Right. It was just me and my high school buddies playing bad cover songs I like, grunge and punk rock from like the late 90s. Nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was okay, now run me through this. Do
Sure.
you remember your first gig?
Yes. Yeah, I had to think about that for a second.
How bad was it?
Real bad. In fact, the dude who played guitar in that high school band that I was in sent me and a couple of the other guys maybe 2 years ago. He digitized the VHS of us playing. It was like a high school talent show type thing. It was actually not a talent show. They called it a battle of the bands or whatever. It's a talent show. And he had digitized it and he sent it. Now I hadn't seen that video since 2000.
Do you still have it?
Maybe.
Do you still have it?
I have it digital somewhere. I'd have to dig it up.
Okay. You make sure you send that to Maryland ASAP.
If I find it, I will. It's real funny too because we played "Say It Ain't So" by Weezer.
Oh yeah.
And man, we're playing in the wrong tuning. We're out of key.
Oh.
We are. The rhythm, the rhythm I was playing was like I was so out of time. It's hilarious. Go back and watch it now. It's like, oh my god, why did I think this was like I was good at this?
Right. Yeah.
I wasn't. But you got to be bad to get good. So
right.
You got to start somewhere.
Keep practicing. You got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
Did okay. Did it affect you for your next performance? Was there a moment where you were like, I don't know. We can't do this much longer.
No. And it's more the opposite. I tell people this a lot. I was an okay player. I practiced a lot in high school. I would come home after school every day, open up tabs for bands I liked on my computer, and sit there with headphones on. I would wear 2 pairs of headphones, I would wear like crappy small headphones playing music and then nice or bigger studio style headphones over them and play like my favorite bands and then have my bass my bass amp in the big the big headphones. And I would play along. And I did this 10th, 11th, and 12th grade, the last 3 years of high school from when I started playing every day after school. And I got pretty good.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about how to make a good bass tone or like what equipment was good equipment, but I could figure out how to play. I got a good ear. I was able to replicate at least what people were doing that I liked. And then I went to college and I fell in with other musicians. And I started working professional audio gigs, not like doing sound, like a loader at a big venue, 1,500, 2,000 cap room somewhere in and around New York, doing big shows where I would just, show up real early, help the sound company load all their boxes off the trailers, put speakers up, run cables, help the bands bring all the gear in, help them stage, help them set up, and then sit back and watch a show. Between sets, help them pull all their gear out, set the next band up, all that. And doing that, I learned about what good equipment was, how it should be set, what it should sound like, and then how microphones should be set up on a drum kit, how they need to be wired, where the wires go and why, what a mixer is, how the mixer really works. I mean, I knew what a mixer was, but like what is happening when that knob gets turned? What is happening when that fader gets pushed? What's that master section? What the hell is an aux? All that stuff.
Right.
Kind of just learned it as I was doing it. And then I realized that made me a better player. I changed the way I held my hands on my instrument. It changed the way I turned the knobs on my bass amp. It changed the way I looked at and bought and sold equipment and the equipment I used. And after doing that for a little while, it started making me better at doing sound a couple of years after that. It's like a constant put one foot in front of the other, learn a thing, makes you better at a thing. You get better at that thing, you learn a thing, it makes you better at that other thing. And it just never stopped. I spent so much time trying now, even learning how to be a better player, learning how to be a better engineer, learning about the new technology and how it's affecting this and how it's doing that. And all my friends that play music, they all come to me for anything. Hey, what do you think of this? I've got this problem. What's a solution for it? What do I buy? What do I do? Yeah.
It's a tricky thing once you get boots on the ground and you get life experience, and it's almost like you're not asking for it. It's something that you unconsciously manifest into your life, It's
coming to you.
Right.
As long as you're open to it, paying attention, it's coming to you. It's there. It's there. It's there to be taken. Take it.
How much of that do you really believe, Tone?
All of it. Have you, I'm going to be one of those people on the internet that talk about art like they know what they're talking about. Have you guys read the Rick Rubin book? It's good. I'm being serious now. It is a good book. One of the things he talks about right in the very beginning is that the art exists. We as artists are conduits to take the art out of the ether and put it to paper, to tape, to screen, whatever the fuck it is. Talent is a thing, but it's not a matter of it's in you. It's a matter of it's out there and you got to take it and bring it into you and then put it into the physical world. And it sounds hokey and weird third eye-ish and all that stuff, but it works. It is. It's really right place, right time is a thing as far as art goes.
Would you say it's like, I mean, go with me, Tom. And you always do. Would you say it's very esoteric? especially when you're talking about manifesting and bringing things out of the ether, you're suggesting that these things are there. They're in a non-corporeal, tangible form, and it's up to the conscious to extrapolate it and discern it into reality.
So it's funny. We talk about this stuff all the time in chat, and you talk this way, and like I listen to you, and it's at first I'm like, this sounds hokey, and I'm not trying to
no, yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if it's a matter of like I don't speak of it that way or it doesn't register that way for me. The answer in short is yes. The answer in long is I don't know. It doesn't matter. All that matters to me is that I see a thing or I think of a thing or I hear a thing and I want to do it. And then I go and make it happen with all this stuff that I have in one way, shape, or form. And I just want to experience it, start to finish. I love the whole process of art making, from like coming up with the idea to learning how to use the piece of equipment to fucking it up over and over again until you get it right. I've worked with a lot of musicians in my time that are just like, they just want to do one thing. I want to play the song and that's it. Or I want to go sit in the studio and hash out the ideas. Or I just want to sit behind a mixer and push faders. And the whole process, start to finish, is the thing for me. Shit, I sit here and I watch you guys on a day in, day out basis, and maybe Marilyn's fighting with trying to make someone's song play on Friday nights or something like that. And I'm like, I just want to go there and help them make that work better. I can't not think of it. I go and see a band. I'm out in public. I'm not even going to see a band. I'm going to a restaurant and there's some open mic night going at this place or whatever. And I walk by and I hear a thing that doesn't sound right. And I'm like, I want to go in there and I want to go in there and make that work better.
Yeah. Yeah. I know we already talked about you coming out, you and the wife, right?
Yeah. I'd love to.
Yeah. And you're more than welcome to come beat your head against the wall with us.
Yeah.
We're not going to turn you away.
We have to.
Yeah. But do you find it like, and I'm not trying to beat a dead horse, Tom. I'm just trying to understand your mindset here. But do you find it's like it's magical in some weird way that we'll never be able to explain, on how these concepts and these things we can visualize in our mind, almost like a precognition, and we can see it and ultimately we put it out there. Maybe it's not 100% how we saw it in the mind's eye, but it's satisfying and it's there and you're okay. You're appeased with it.
Yeah, I don't think about it too hard. I kind of just let it go and let it do what it does. You know, a band I was in when I was in my 20s, we got to do cool things like tour the country multiple times, record and put out records on a record label. And we can get into all this because it is some fun stuff to talk about. It's interesting. When you go and spend like well over a month in a recording studio that someone else is paying for, and you have to, these songs that were your ideas that you've been playing for months need to be torn apart and hashed out and like criticized and rebuilt into a thing that's better than what you started with. You learn a lot about like letting that go. Like that little part, you can't be precious about any of it. That little part that you wrote when you're in that band, 5 people, in that band, there was 5 of us and we would write everything all together. It wasn't like one guy came and goes, here you go, play CGAF. It was like, hey, I got this part. All right. That sounds good. I'll play this part. All right, that sounds good. I'll play this part. That sounds cool. I'll sing like this. Like that's literally how we wrote all those songs. And
a lot of sacrifice, basically.
It's not sacrifice. It's serving
the
end result better. So you get to that studio now, you've been playing these songs 6 months, a year, whatever it is that you were writing these songs. You think it's so cool. Like, oh yeah, I'm in this cool band. Kids come out to see our shows. We sell a ton of merch. We're writing this cool new song. It's going to, this breakdown's everyone's going to fucking mosh and beat each other up to this and whatever. And then your producer's like, that breakdown shit, you got to do something different there. And you're like, oh man, I wrote that part. I was so proud of that. And maybe you get salty about it. Maybe you change it. Maybe you don't. 20 years later, I'm listening to that record and going, I don't even remember that part that I had written that we replaced this with.
Right.
Like and this is better because this worked and this is awesome. And kids
mutual,
beat the shit out of each other to it.
A mutual understanding.
Yeah. Yeah. And art can be very in the moment. We record, we draw on paper. It's there to see. But like, I don't know, how many sketchbooks of weird shit have we seen that Leonardo da Vinci drew that like seems like it's great, but maybe it was just a shit idea that turned into something else that he made. I don't fucking know. People pour over those Kurt Cobain notebooks of all his lyrics that he wrote during Nevermind and during In Utero, and like you see things that are like scribbled out and like you don't know what it said. Like those records are incredible. They are some of the best music that's ever been made. And like the guy had so much stuff that like he crossed out to get there. You can't be precious about any of it. You gotta let it happen. You gotta let it progress. You start at a point and you think this is done, and then it's not, and it never is. And until you, in the music sense, until you put it to tape and sell it, it's not done. And even now, with digital music, it doesn't have to be.
Right.
Bands put out records on Spotify, and 6 months later, they re-upload them, and they're slightly different. It's a thing that super fans notice. Excuse me. That gets talked about. I want to say it was Drake, who I'm not the hugest fan of in the world, but the guy's all right. His music's all right anyway. He's kind of a shithead.
Okay.
And I don't know what record it was he put out, but he put out a record. It did really well. And people started noticing every couple of weeks, like the songs were a little different. The songs were a little different. And the songs were a little different. So does it ever need to end? Can you constantly improve on it? Yeah, you can. Why not? I buy remastered records. You buy remastered records?
As of late, yes.
Sometimes they sound better.
Yeah.
Right. I
Sometimes
can see how it's a thing, you know. Definitely. So tell me more about the adventures in that world and
oh man,
how you were able to just push the ego aside and go on that journey with others.
So pushing the ego aside is an interesting way to think about it, because I played in a hardcore band, a band that now people would call metalcore, but back then it wasn't what modern metalcore is. I guess I don't know. Genre shit is weird, especially in that scene. They were a band that were getting some notoriety regionally, definitely on Long Island, but a little more regionally. When I started working at a venue on Long Island, a really cool place called the Downtown, 500 cap room, kind of small, but really great sound system, really great staff, really great ambiance, to the point where when you were a large act coming to New York and you wanted to play the intimate room, you went out to Farmingdale and you went and played at the Downtown. The first show they had in that building was Jewel to a 500 person room in a space that isn't really made to fit 500 people.
Right.
Put it this way, it was so intimate, she got upset because people were talking, told them to shut up, and they were like, fuck you, and she walked off stage after 3 songs. It was kind of a big deal at the time. This was like 1999 or 2000, I want to say. So I started working at this club. At this point, I've done a lot of stage setup and stuff like that. Not too much live sound, at least not in any meaningful capacity, you know, vocal only mixing for like a punk rock show in a basement somewhere where the only thing coming through the PA was the vocals, that kind of thing. And one of the guys in that band worked there. At the time, he was the bass player. They had a guitar player leave. He wanted to play guitar. They wanted to find a new bass player. I said to him, like, hey, I'm interested. I'll join this band. I had seen the shows. I had worked the shows. The music was fun. The energy was like nothing else I had experienced in playing music. And I'm like 21 years old at this time. I had seen a lot of big shows. I had seen a lot of acts. Nothing hits like American hardcore. I don't know if anyone in the chat knows what I'm talking about, but if you've, you know, the shows where you see guys like throwing their fists, doing windmills and two-stepping and stuff like that, and it kind of looks ridiculous. That's the best energy I've ever felt in music in my life, is that scene. Nothing like that.
Wagyu would probably agree with you if he was here.
Yeah, I mean, I've mentioned bands in the chat, and a few people have like known certain bands I'm talking about. And, so anyway, so I told them, I was like, hey, I'm interested in trying out. They didn't try me out right away. They tried someone else out. He joined the band. They did like one couple of weeks tour and he quit. And then they tried me out and I joined the band. So the band got to put out 2 records. We did a bunch of touring. I mean, it was, you know, the 5 of us and a merch guy in a 15-passenger van with a 8 or 10-foot trailer in the back with all our gear and all our merch in it, driving around the country playing shows. We did some tours that we booked ourselves by ourselves. We did some tours that we booked ourselves with a few other bands, friends, bands that we became friends with, bands we met along the way. We did some big tours where we were the van and trailer following the bus and trailer. Played some really cool rooms, met a lot of really cool people, saw all this great country that we live in. I say that as a person who's actually seen it, not someone who just goes, yay, America, because you know, you've been brainwashed to say that. Right. It's actually a lot of really cool shit in this country, a lot of really cool people. Right. Most of them never leave, you know, some 20 square miles from where they were born, and it's a shame. There's a lot of cool shit you should all go see. So I don't know. What do you want to know about it? Ask me about it.
I mean, pretty much anything you're willing to share. Did you have any like drug experience in there? Were you into alcohol? Like, give us the nitty gritty.
I mean,
nitty-gritty.
Were you grabbing ass and touching titties and shit? What? Were you a nasty man? I want to know it all. Inquiring minds want to know.
The behind the scenes,
the straight edge scene is a big thing in hardcore.
Well, first off, if the crazy rabbit was here, these are the questions he would be asking, right? Right. So, okay.
Let me think. I mean, there were a couple of guys who drank in the band. I've never been a big drinker. I did it then. I don't drink anymore. Just doesn't agree with me like it did when I was a kid. I was the one guy in the band that was always smoking pot.
Okay.
Yeah, we weren't too wild as a band. That scene, there are wild bands in that scene, but more often than not, guys are there. It's like hardcore could be a very positive scene. Very inclusive. You wouldn't think. You think, oh, these guys are out there screaming and yelling and partying, and yeah, but it's a different world.
So it's treated more as a business. Like you guys walked into it with more of a business mind, because I mean, these aren't some of this. Okay.
People want to go. They want to have fun at shows. They want to see people get energy out. It's a very energetic experience. It's man, it's hard to describe. Without knowing it, without feeling, without being there and witnessing it, it's hard to understand. Now, don't get me wrong. The partying, the drugs, that stuff does happen. there are girls in every city. They, depending on where you go, they come to you, and it's weird playing a show and having like a bunch of girls go, "Hey, where are you guys staying tonight?" Like, this is fucking weird.
Groupies.
Yeah, it's strange.
Yeah.
But it exists. It's very much about doing the thing in and out every night, being the hardest band, being the heaviest band, being the band that gets the best reaction out of the crowd, watching the room go from like shoulders to shoulders, nuts to butts, to a big circle where everyone's trying to fucking kill each other.
Yeah.
Just because you're going chug, 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 chug. It's so much fun.
Did at any point did you think we're gonna break out? We're gonna make it?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I remember like, okay, so do you remember what's it called? What was the other music video channel? Not VH1, not MTV, that other one, the Canadian one. Fuse? Is that what it was called?
Oh, Fuse TV. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Fuse did a like music video award show like MTV did for a few years. My band was up for Metal Video of the Year. We lost to Slipknot, I want to say. I remember watching that video back a few years ago and going, this video is just all right. It's not even that good. It was just a bunch of stitched together live footage, but those live shows are absolutely incredible. That scene, and if you video it the right way, it looks like the craziest fucking shit you've like, people go and do this. People like get out of there alive. Like what? It's
do you have the video?
Super interesting. Yeah, somewhere. Let me see.
See if you can't send that to us.
I mean, I could show you. Let me think about this for a second. We did a 10-year anniversary show, two of them actually, on Long Island, 2 shows, where we like played that whole record and played some other songs, and let's see what I can find. and we shot video for them. They're out there, so it's 10 years after the fact, but here we go. All right, what's the best way to send this to you? In the Streamyard chat?
Yeah, in the private Streamyard chat.
Okay, cool, that worked. Oh, weird. There's someone that has my band name as their YouTube name, and it's some blonde lady. That's weird. Here's another one. So this one is from when we were like a current band, not a 10-year anniversary, like well after we didn't. All right, so that first one's a 10-year anniversary. The second one's from the downtown, from the hometown shows. Oh boy, you're putting them right up, huh?
Oh yeah, we going in it, Tom. We going in it, baby. Let's go.
Let's go.
So, is this the right timestamp on this?
Is it? No, you can put it. It's the whole show. Put it at any point you want.
Oh, okay. I'll just leave it here. Okay, where are you?
That's me playing bass, second from the left.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's Tone right here.
Yeah, that's me. 10 years ago, which is 11 years ago. It's fucking wild. That was 11 years ago to me.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
and you guys are on it. Play a little bit more.
Hang on, I'm gonna.
Let me find a good spot for you to watch instead of you like just playing through. This song's actually kind of boring.
And he says his song is pretty boring. Jesus Christ.
Well, that's song compared to. I wanted you to see a good video like where there's.
You know your tracks better than us.
Right.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's some cardio playing that music. Like
that's some dirt bike riding right there.
Our drummer was a machine, man, and he made it look like easy. It was like you'd watch him, you'd be like, "Oh, he's not doing anything that crazy." It almost seemed lazy.
Mm-hmm.
You can't hear that, can you?
No.
Okay, cool. I don't want to be like, I'm like scrubbing through one of the videos.
Oh yeah, no, we can't hear it. Kent says he likes your glasses though.
Yeah, I commented back to this. I realized I couldn't see shit. Well, not that I couldn't see shit, but that I was getting headaches from like looking at screens all day.
Yeah.
And for my 42nd birthday, I went and got my first glasses prescription.
You're like, I need glasses.
So it's weird for me.
Yeah.
But I dig it.
Like you brought the 70s back with those glasses.
Yeah. For reals.
Ben Stiller used to have a show called The Ben Stiller Show back in the 80s, and he would dress up as different people. He was like one of the first to really do it, and one of his famous characters was this Italian dude, and all he said was, "Come on, do it. You got to do it. Do it."
Yeah, that's the he used that in
he used it in the movie. I forgot.
He did use it in the movie. I can't think what movie it was.
But a lot of people don't know, but way back in the day, he had an actual show called The Ben Stiller Show.
I did not know that.
Yeah. Just love that damn show. Came on after Parker Lewis or some shit like that.
It was pretty funny.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not finding any good stuff from this video. It's like there's no good crowd shots. That second one I showed you, pull that up. That's
okay.
Like prime era us, everyone in the crowd's not in their late 30s. They're still young and not dying from heat exhaustion in the pit.
That's too funny.
Right? It's a downtown show. God, February.
And it's been nothing short of amazing. Everybody give it up for all the bands playing today. It dies. 12 tribes, and it dies today. This song goes out to all the bands playing tonight. This song is called How Joey Got His Groove Back.
It's funny. In the beginning, there was this one dude that was going to go crowd surfing, and they pushed him back. They're like, "Nah, homie,
we don't want you.
You too heavy to do crowd surfing."
God damn, Tone.
Oh,
okay,
man.
Tone. Tell me this, brother. Tell me this.
Sure.
What the fuck happened? Why do I hear this complete different genre of melancholy
he's
and
matured. He's grown up.
Yeah. What? I mean, a lot of people stick with it though, Meryl. You'd be surprised.
Very true. Yeah.
I mean, I still play stuff like that on my own sometimes. I mean, that guitar is in drop C tuning. That black bass that I showed you before is in that last video you just watched. I was playing that bass. That's still in drop C. My pedal board's got like 2 super heavy drive pedals on it. I've always been into lots of different types of music. I found that scene of music kind of by accident, and it was somewhere I wanted to be, but like I'd get in the van and I'd put on pop punk. I'd get in the van and I'd put on jazz, and me and my drummer would talk about jazz music. You talk to like metal musicians and they'll talk about jazz. You talk to jazz musicians that like lots of different types of music and they'll talk about hardcore and metal. You talk to hip hop guys that are into jazz and metal and they'll talk about those as influences. There is I mean, it just sounds on those live videos, it just sounds like noise. But there is you go listen to the records, there is an intricacy to time signatures and rhythmic stuff. I mean, shit, go listen to a band like Meshuggah. Go listen to a band like Cave In. Go listen to a band like The Fall of Troy. These bands did stuff that once you get past the fact that it's fucking loud and in your face and it's angry and whatnot, it is interesting. It is deep. There are levels of musicianship that are existing. Well, there's this over the top, hit you in the face energy, and they're like it's two clashing ideals, and they're at their strongest and most extreme all at once, and it's a sensory experience that I would recommend to anyone.
How much of it is improvised like jazz? Is there any?
Not in live shows like that. I mean, maybe some bands. There's not a lot of soloing in that scene. I feel like the improv happens in the writing room, you know, at the practice space where, like I said before, 5 guys stand in the room and one guy goes, "Hey, I got this part." And you riff off of that part and go, "Oh, that's cool. Well, can we do it differently? Do we want it to go chug, 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 or do we want it to go chug, 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 and chug, chug?" And that seems, it's actually really, I'm kind of making fun of it, but it does happen that way. And there is like anything else, parts happen by accident. The one guy starts playing the rhythm and he's making fun of the thing he's doing. And then you're like, you're making fun, but that's fucking cool. Let's do that. One of the biggest bands in that scene right now is this band called Knocked Loose. They're from Louisville, Kentucky. I think they're from Louisville, Kentucky. Pretty sure they are. And it's the heaviest shit there is. This band is insane. And you listen to them talk about how they write music. They were on Jimmy Kimmel recently. They're like kind of blowing up in a weird way. You listen to them talk about how they write songs, and they go, every single part of every single song was something that we played in the practice space and laughed at. Every single part. We went, "That's so funny how ridiculous and heavy that is. Now we have to do it." And fuck, is that band heavy? They're the best. I love them. They're so much fun to watch. Like the way they approach their guitar tone is a good example. The guitar player talks about, he's like, we literally, what can we do to make this more ridiculous but still work, and just keep pushing that line further and further and further until they put it out and kids kill each other in the mosh pits with it.
Jeez.
It's the best.
It's a wild scene. I know it. I've seen it. So much fun. Yeah. I've had a rare chance to go see Bradley Nowell with Sublime live before he passed. We used to live in Long Beach, California. Right. So we used to see all these guys a lot.
And that was a punk rock hardcore scene.
It was a very hardcore, ska and everything. So I get it. I mean, I get the music drives the individual, you know, and at one point in my early life, I used to think it was all racket. I didn't understand it. I didn't understand anything but hip hop and the gangster scene, because that's how we grew up. That's
what you knew.
And it's what we grew up as, you know? So it just took it took certain people in anyone's life that as you're growing, you're going to meet people, you're going to hear different ideas. And some things are just going to sway your mind and some things won't, you know?
Yep.
But I think we're very fortunate to be in this place where music is, I think music unlocks everyone, whether they want to believe it or not. Music is going to unlock you from ideas and being stuck with those ways, you know, because if you're honest to yourself, no matter what genre it is, if your ear and your body goes, ooh, I like this.
Right.
But your teaching and your friends go, you shouldn't.
But you like it. Like
but you like it. It breaks you down. It breaks you down in a way where you have to be honest. And, you know, and if you vibe with something naturally, you have to be honest with yourself. I mean, that's a great representation of music. It's honest. It's the one thing that when you hear it, you're either going to like it or you're not.
And that's something I loved about that scene is it always felt like brutally honest. And I mean, like Marilyn said earlier in the chat, she's like, "Hey, you nervous? You're in the hot seat." And I'm like, or rather, I'm sorry, it was in the Discord prior. You were like, "Is there anything that's off limits? Like, you don't want to talk about?" I'm like, "No, I'm a blunt person. I'll say what I want to say. I'll I'll voice my opinion. I kind of don't care." Maybe that's what drew me to it. I don't know, because I had never, until it was right there in front of me, I didn't know anything about it, and seeing it once was like, witnessing it, feeling it once was just like enough to right away go, that's it. That's what I need to do. That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
I'm going to answer Simon.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, yeah.
Okay,
go support your local hardcore scene, guys. Do it.
Do it. Okay. While we have a chance, we're going to play another video from you.
Sure.
And let me get Lamar in here, and let's
it's not jazz bass time anymore.
No, it's not.
All right, let's play this one. So different.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
completely different.
I grew up on hip hop. I grew up on, you know, as far as like what I went and sought out myself when I was a kid. Before that, I was listening to classic rock and, you know, virtuoso-y stuff because that's what, and jazz, because that's what my parents were listening to. And
right.
there's very few pieces of music, types of music I don't like. I don't listen
Right.
to a lot of modern regular ass pop, radio pop. I don't like it. Like country pop, I don't like.
Yeah, overproduced media shit.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
bluegrass, real bluegrass, country music, shit's dope. Like, I don't get how people call one the other. That's besides the point.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of fun stuff out there.
I love country music.
I like bluegrass.
I love Jamie Johnson.
I don't know who that is.
Are you good?
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he still out there?
Yeah, it's somewhere. Yeah,
For sure.
for sure.
They're scared because there's like a garden snake
Well,
out there.
he's
No, just
he
making sure it
surprised
doesn't
me.
come in here. It's crazy.
That thing surprised me coming in here.
You never know. It could be a fucking cobra or something coming
Oh
here
my
and bite our
God! In the
goddamn
middle
dick
of
helmets.
fucking Indiana.
King Cobra.
You never know, Daryl.
Jesus.
Never know.
I ain't going out like a sucker.
I've seen worse. Tone, I've been listening to the podcast on the way over here for the past hour or so, and I gotta
appreciate
say,
that.
man, you are definitely Tone Smith. All the shit that you're into. I think of a locksmith, you know how they got like, I make all these keys and shit. And almost like Tone Smith. I get it now.
He's got
he has to
different
make all
tones.
these different tones.
And it's 2NY. You know,
Is that how you came up with your name, Tone Smith?
Yeah, like, did you guys ever see that? Oh shit, what was it called? There was a show on Netflix for like one season. They canceled it, and it's stupid because it was pretty good. It was about like the birth of hip hop. What was it called? It was like Grandmaster Flash made a guest appearance as himself on it. It was like a kid playing concerts in the Bronx and like the early 80s.
I don't remember.
I saw previews to it, but I never watched the show.
It was really cool. Regardless of that, the main character, who was like the rapper in the group, they called him a wordsmith. At the time, I was in the band with my wife, Dirty Red Dress, which unfortunately there's no video of, but there is music that we can play. We did 2 records for Dirty Red Dress. I recorded and mixed and mastered all of it. And the singer guitar player of that band, who's also Anthony, he was always like, we get the best tones in your studio and blah blah blah. So that was like a wordsmith, like a blacksmith, guy who makes things with words. I was making things with tones. I became a tonesmith. So the name only really exists because of the one. Remember, I told you when I first started getting into music, I told you I wanted to be a hip hop producer. The one real hip hop I ever got to make, the guy who I made the beat for was like, what's your producer name? What do you want me to use as a name? And I was like, I need a producer name. Fuck, what am I going to do? Tonesmith. I really like that. I'm like, all right, cool. Let's go.
Yeah,
I like it too.
that's
See
what
if
I
I
was
can find
thinking.
that video.
I was thinking Keysmith all the way. Keysmith, Tonesmith,
Locksmith.
Locksmith. Yeah. I like it. And then I also saw you, and I think we talked about this. Was it last year? This year? I watched a YouTube video with you and your wife. What was it called again?
Yeah, we did a thing called the Winter Wind Down Fest. It was here in Williamsport. Some local musician guy put on these shows every, like, at the end of every winter, February, March, kind of like, hey, let's all get out of we're hiding in our homes all winter rut and go see some live music. But in 2020 and 2021, actually, no, they did it in 2020 live because it was in February. It was before I found out about it. In 2021, they did it virtually. That video is up on the Upstate Downstate YouTube page. It's like a 20-minute video. It's 4 songs.
Right.
I recorded it, all us in this room, and then we played it back from a speaker and stood in front of 2 cameras in my bedroom with some fun colored lights and just shot it like a music video.
Yeah.
Shot a bunch of shots of the gear in here. And then I just sat in front of Wondershare for like a week every night for like hours trying to figure out how to video edit and put it all together. It came out pretty good.
Yeah, it did. I liked it.
I really liked the way the video came out. The recording, the audio recording was fun, but like, that's what I do. I'm not worried about that. It was the video. I was really worried about how to make something look cool and feel not fucking really fake and strange and like still look professional enough, but not, I don't know. But yeah, we
Trying to
did a
keep
good
that
job.
original, that face, huh? Just, you got to keep it you.
you got to keep it real.
Keep it real.
I hate to say it like that, but that's what I wanted to do.
When you met your wife, did she belt some songs off and show you and like kind of showed you she had a voice right away, or is it something she just like threw at you?
I'm trying to think of the first time I listened to her play music. We met.
Yeah, that's where we should start. Is how did you meet her?
So Samson Technologies, pro audio manufacturer, inexpensive microphones, mixers. They owned Hartkey. They were the U.S. distributors of Zoom. So like Zoom, the multi recorders and the guitar effects and whatnot. That company.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. Samson's probably best known for like their headset microphones and for their USB. They were like one of the first companies making inexpensive, good USB straight into the computer microphones where you don't plug an XLR in. Mm-hmm. My dad had worked for them back from when they were just a wireless mic company in like the early to mid 90s. And I was done with touring. Antarabe had broken up. I wanted to, get a real fucking job, be able to save money and impress girls or whatever. And buy more music gear. And
So you've been on a Sin Samurai show, have you?
So I called my dad one day and I was like, hey, is Samson hiring for anything? He's like, yeah, probably. He's like, send me your resume. He's like, I'll just go. He was fairly high up in the company, high enough to be able to go to people that mattered and say, hey, hire my son. So I got hired on. I worked in tech support there for a while. Tech support, customer service, customer support, basically teaching people how to use their gear when they didn't know, which was often because shit's inexpensive. I became a product specialist. So because I'm good at learning how to use any piece of equipment that you put in front of me, I became like the guy in the building. Like, what do you need to do? What piece of gear do you want to know how to use? Go talk to Anthony. She started working there. She was actually an intern there when she was in college. The summer before I started working for them in the fall. The summer before she was an intern there. She had a family friend that knew the VP. So she was able to get in as far as getting a job application in right out of college. She moved down from Albany, where she was going to school, Albany, New York, moved down to Long Island and went and lived with her aunt and took a job at Samson. And we met there. Little bit of an office romance. And then she got laid off. I quit to take a different gig. We started dating for real around then. That was like 2010. And we've been together since. I probably went and saw her play somewhere as my guess. She does a lot of acoustic singer-songwriter stuff. Or at least she did at the time. She still does now in our living room. And then I walk in, I go, you sound good. And she's like, go away.
You were smitten. You were impressed.
Yeah, she man, where did I see her for the first? I couldn't even tell you now. I've seen her play. I've gone to see her play a million times. We were in a band together, 2 bands together at this point. I get to go watch her, and well, when she doesn't know I'm watching her play in the living room, I get to go watch her in the living room. Yeah, she's very, very talented. She's a wonderful songwriter. She's got a beautiful voice. She's we used to call her in Dirty Red Dress, which was the band me, her, and these 2 other guys were in together. It's like a dance rock thing. We used to call her her name's Teresa. We call her T, like TEA for short. We used to call her One Take T. She would just like, we'd be struggling with a part, whether it was a keyboard. She played keyboards in that band as well as sang. Whether it was a keyboard part or like a vocal melody idea for Anthony to sing or whatever. And we'd coax her into the studio. And she would just like walk over and be like, all right, see you later. And we'd be like, what the fuck? That was perfect. Like, he'd be like, you got that right? You got it. I'm like, yeah, I recorded. He's like, okay, cool. And then, loop it 100 times because it was the best thing any of us had done on the track. Same thing with vocals. She would just like hash out her ideas and then sing it once, and it would be a really good performance. And if we wanted her to fix anything, it'd be like pulling teeth, but like kind of didn't need to fix anything all that often. She would just do it the first time and be good at it. And
doesn't that suck though when somebody's got
Bro.
their shit down and you're just like, why?
I need to play the same part 50 times before I hit record, and then I need to record it 12 times. And
Yeah.
That's too funny.
I think that's just being in your head, and she's not. She's just like, I'm living free. I like what I do. You're gonna love it. Done.
You know who else was like that? Prince was like that. You didn't get too many second go arounds with that guy. He was probably like, no, we're keeping that one. I don't care if you like it or not.
Right.
Uncle Chrome had a question. Was Samson affiliated with, what was it, Guitar Center or?
No, it was Sam Ash.
Sam, that's what he asked.
Yeah. So Sam Ash music.
So real quick, Steve is keeping track of all the questions, and we're opening it up at 4 o'clock.
Cool.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I'll jump in and say that anyway. Sam Ash was a guy. His kids. He started Sam Ash music stores. There was only a few of them. His kids, who are old men now, took over probably in the 80s. Opened a bunch of other stores. I think they had like 60 stores at their height all over the country. Sam's son is literally the company that Sam started with his kids to manufacture gear. So that's where Samson comes from.
Oh shit! I had no idea.
They were the U.S. distributors of Behringer in America for up until like the mid 2000s.
For who?
Behringer started for Behringer.
Stop, Tone.
For who?
Damn it!
I'm calling him into the chat.
You say, but you say Behringer?
Behringer.
Okay,
so
why do some say Behringer and some say Behringer?
It's just it's
because
just,
they've not met Uli and
Uli.
Fun fact: my dad, who worked for Samson forever, fucking hates Uli. He thinks he's such a dick. He's like, that guy sucks, bro.
Oh my!
Don't tell Sammy.
Sorry, Sammy.
Yeah, I was going.
Now we get a different perspective.
Well, and my question that's probably going to be for a different topic. But when the cameras are on Uli, how much of Uli are we really getting?
Oh, who knows? Yeah. When anyone's got the cameras on him,
right.
I'm sure. I feel like I'm being real right now. I'm sure I'll watch this back and go, "Why the fuck did I say that?" No, what?
Yeah. That's because when
you're like, "That's not
every
me."
time people come to Monkey Island, Tone, you tend to forget about the what ifs.
I tell you one thing: you're getting what you actually get when we on camera. You'll come out here, you'll witness it.
I believe it.
Yeah, but I you're right. Anybody on camera, you tend to lose yourself in the camera, and you tend to leave a certain part of you in that house, in that what they call the real world, and you come in here and you escape and you dive, head first into a new persona because it's freedom there, and then so when you come in here and you say, oh, why did I? That's that freedom I'm talking about,
Yeah.
Unless you're hiding.
Oh,
then that's a different
unless
story.
you intentionally want to hide, then that's something else. Yeah.
I'm not a hider.
I just like that we create an environment where people can actually just forget who they actually were before they got here.
So let me touch on that real quick. When I want to say it was early December, I was watching Scruffy, who I'll get into. Well, let me start actually at the beginning. I started working this job where I sit at this desk and I work on a laptop that I put in front of this monitor that I'm looking at right now. And I was like, I started with like podcasts, like things to do during the day, that I could like check out of, but like kind of pay attention to while I was working. I found that I'd stopped paying attention to the podcast, but I found that things that had visual stuff, I could like keep an eye on and pay attention to while still doing the job and be effective at the job, as well as like paying attention to what I was watching. I got really into those front of the train camera videos. It's just something that I could put on the screen, make full screen, and it was just like I can look at it when I needed to. It was soothing, the movement. I don't know what it is about it. I love
ASMR.
Whatever. Visual ASMR kind of thing. And then one day, YouTube, the algo shined on me and it fed me. I saw a screenshot of a live video of a train, and there was synths in front of them. And I was like, well, I'm checking this shit out.
That's a hell of a conducting train here.
And then I turned around and I'm like, oh, it's ambient. And I'm like, oh, and I like went into this calm state and I was like furiously working, like just getting everything I could in the world done. And the music was good and it put me in a space. And I was like, this is so cool. And then the guy's like, oh yeah, I do this every day. I'm like, every day? He's like, oh yeah, every day, 4+ hours. I'm like, I'll be here every day. And then like a week later, I bump into the two of you and you're like, come watch, we're streaming every day for a year. I'm like, these guys are out of their fucking minds, but I'm going to go check it out at least. I'm going to go find out what's up with that.
Yeah.
And I've been watching you guys since. It's been great. It's the community aspect of it is really what sucked me in and kept me around. I'm a big fan of like providing good communities for people. The music's always done it for me. And then I moved off of Long Island where I had all these the music scene on Long Island is a serious thing. There's a lot of people doing it, even in my the music scene I was in and others. And I moved away from it. And it was hard for a while. It wasn't like I didn't have fucking emotional problems because of it or anything, but like you feel away and you get bored. And I got fat and I'm like, I'm not playing music. And what the fuck am I going to do?
Right.
Me and Teresa started doing the thing together, the Upstate Downstate thing. And that's great. But like I said, she's one take T. I can't get her in the studio to do stuff. I got to hope that she feels something that she hears me doing and comes in and I hit record in time. Because I can't get her in there every day. And the second I got to start making something work, she checks out and fucking walks away because that's not her bag. For me, like I said earlier, for me, it's the process. For her, it's play the thing, do the thing, and walk and be done.
Right.
So, I was watching this one guy on Twitch for a little while who did like songwriting, workshopping stuff. But then he had some personal family type issues or something. And he stopped streaming for a while. And I was back to just watching, and this is fine. I was back to just watching GearTube stuff about guitar pedals, stuff about synths. And that's cool. I like those scenes. I'm somewhat active in Ben Jordan's Discord about other things than music mostly, but he's really interesting as far as like the scientific stuff goes. But I was looking for something and I didn't know I was looking for something, and I found Monkey Island, or Monkey Island found me.
I remember the conversation. And I was like, hey Tone, hey man, what are you doing?
And I'm stuck on this goddamn island now.
Like everybody else.
Like everybody else.
You're all fucked.
You're all fucked.
I'm really gonna sample that.
I guess that's why I like, and I'm not coming from I know it's our show, but I was always about the music, but my brother and I were more curious about the stories and about the conversation, because the music was always going to be there, but it's always about the person and their life adventure and what was the compatibility of, like, what was the resemblance, what was the shared shit we all went through with our first time gigging. Like, there's so much more than the music. Like, it's really who's driving the music.
Right, and trying to live through that life experience and putting yourself in, and I know you guys hear us say it a lot, but putting yourself in someone else's shoes is really a thing we should all be accustomed to,
I agree with that.
Yep.
I think about watching Spinal Tap as a kid and thinking this is a funny movie and not knowing a fucking thing. And then going and touring for years, playing music, dealing with record labels, dealing with A&Rs, dealing with all the stuff that you deal with as a professional musician, and then watching Spinal Tap again in my early 30s and going, oh my God, this is the craziest shit. This movie's so good on so many levels that fans of this movie for 30 some odd years don't even get. They don't even realize how good this is.
Right.
Same thing with the Get Back sessions that Peter Jackson Beatles documentary he did about the lead up to the rooftop concert for the Beatles.
I have not seen
that. Heard about it, but have not seen it.
Unbelievable. I could just watch it over and over again, but it's long. You got to be able to sit for
it's Peter Jackson. Everything.
Yeah.
Right. It's Peter Jackson for sure. But the watching, like, I'm a huge fan. So I'm like watching some of the best songwriters that ever existed, like arguing over chugs. Do we chug here or do we chug there? And they're literally like watching them do that was like, hey, everyone does this. Seeing George Harrison get mad that they don't want to let him play the part he wants to play, and people like going, "Oh, George Harrison's being a bitch." I'm like, could you imagine being George Harrison in that situation? Hey, we're the biggest band that'll ever exist, and you can't say, you can't let me play the riff I want to play.
That's wild.
Jeez.
And then he's like almost leaving the band over, like that. All those things, like that. That's a lived experience to me. That like people that are huge fans of the band will watch that and they'll say, "Wow, look at these guys go! This is crazy. This is so interesting." And then people that have lived it will watch it and go, "Holy shit, we're all just a band in a garage making fun of our own music as we play it, singing in funny voices."
And that's universal.
And that's universal.
Yeah, that's real world shit.
Yes.
Yeah. Earlier, I think it was last week or 2 weeks ago when we went on a rant, and you know how we do. You said something that I really wanted to ask you get more of context. When you were, and it's something so simple and it's something everybody knows, but you said, if all my friends thought like me, or if everyone thought the same on this planet, it would be a boring life. And I always wanted to ask you, could you go and give us more context on that?
Yes.
Because you've been here a lot. I mean, and you've seen a lot of weird conversations, and you've seen how people can disagree with each other, but still come back. And I think you were onto something.
This goes back to ancient times. Who were the smartest people in Greece 5,000 years ago? The philosophers. What did they do? They fucking did drugs and sat around and talked about shit. And just thought and talked and thought and talked and thought and talked. And disagreed and argued and agreed and argued and disagreed some more. If everyone, are you familiar with the idea of homogenization in things that aren't milk? Like how in the late 90s, every car was beige. Every single fucking car in America was beige. Why?
Right.
You need differences. You need change. Ideas need to clash, because if they don't, there's no progress. There's no result. You can't just walk into the room and say, okay, we're all going to go chug, 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 chug. Someone's got to go, no, we need to chug the other way first.
Yeah.
You need, and maybe it's like, I don't know, maybe it's human nature that we want to agree on everything. We never will. And that's fine. That's healthy. I'm the guy in my friend group now who hears someone say a thing and instantly goes on a tirade about how that's wrong. And it's like, it's a hard thing to do. People, sorry, I'm laughing at Andy. Good night, Andy.
I know.
Chug,
Good
Andy.
Night, Andy.
I'm gonna be that guy that said chug all the time now.
Yeah, you are.
So, I've said this in the chat as well. You got to have those hard conversations. You want to talk about you want to solve a problem in the world. What do you have to do before you can solve it?
You got to talk about it.
You got to talk about
it. But isn't it ironic? It's our downfall. Isn't that ironic? Like we got to have.
Why is it so hard to get across, Tone?
It's like people they don't want to let go of their ideals, or their ego maybe blocks them from it. It's just like, this is what we look at with politics. No one wants to hear each other out. There's nobody willing to get along.
Tribalism and jingoism are huge problems in the modern world, and people forget that we are all one species and we only have the one planet, And we're not going to Mars, not anytime soon, not in any meaningful numbers.
Thank God.
that it like that there's no plan B. This is it. And we gotta get together on it, or we're gonna have some fucking problems.
That's what I'm saying.
They're already rearing their ugly head in lots of places and lots of ways. And I don't know. We got to do something.
I don't know, when you say get on it, I think that time is like we're right there at the precipice, like the line. We're on the line.
Yeah, it may prove to be that we're well past it. We won't know.
Right.
Maybe our kids won't know, but our grandkids might. You know, that's how I feel about it. Like, I don't know, and I'm not good. I'm probably not going to know.
Right.
Unless some crazy shit happens, I probably won't know. But like, I really do. I feel my nieces, who I love dearly, they're like daughters to me. Those two, they're wonderful, wonderful girls, wonderful people. I don't know what they're going to be left with, and other than this house, because I'm not having kids, so one of them is going to get this house.
Right. And it's like, what do we do to,
else there is? What
do we do to ourselves? Like, how do we let our future, like, we're responsible, whether we like it or not, whether some of us we're doing our best.
Yeah.
But individuals can go to the wind. If it's not a collective consciousness trying to leave something behind and a little better the way we left it, it's kind of like we are dooming ourselves, letting ourselves down, and then we're handing off this fucking soggy, deflated football for everybody else to go play football with, and it doesn't get the job done. It's like the game is over now. You know what I mean?
Not again.
Deflategate.
Deflategate.
Yeah.
Deflategate's a thing. You guys want to talk about sports for a minute?
It's a thing.
It's a thing.
You want to talk about women's basketball? Oh, wait, no, never mind. It doesn't exist.
Hey, wait a minute.
Shit.
Wait a minute.
What,
WNBA is fucking awesome. Have you
Now?
watched any? Is it because it is now?
Because of Caitlin and some other figures, but
when I went to high school, the girls basketball team was the big dick team at the high school. They were the best sports team. They went to the state championships 3 times while I was there. They won it twice. More people went to the girls basketball games than any of the other sports. They were serious players.
Yeah.
That shit was the best.
Yeah.
I didn't pay attention to the WNBA at all. And I'm glad Caitlin Clark's putting eyes on the WNBA, because now it's gotten into my lexicon. It's in my Instagram feed. It's in my YouTube feed. And I've watched some shit and I've been like, yo, this is what I remember in high school, watching girls play very, very, very competitively. And it's a very different type of basketball game.
Yeah.
And man, is it fun to watch.
And volleyball. In the Midwest, volleyball is the thing.
Yeah.
Love volleyball.
Girls volleyball is the thing.
I still can't get into the WNBA. I don't know why.
Well,
it's
now
it's just something missing for me.
She brought controversy to it, which gave it some spotlight, which is good. I mean, controversy to anything, you're going to get eyes on. And now those eyes are like, well, maybe this wasn't so bad after all. Maybe I can watch this.
Right.
What is this Zoom doing? This is crazy.
What's it zooming?
It's,
camera.
His camera is
camera's
moving.
on
this OBSBot camera I bought.
Oh, you got the
It
Osbot.
auto zooms.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can.
I think you can turn it off.
I did try. I turned it off before we started. It turned itself back on.
Isn't that what Kent is dealing with sometimes? The
Yes.
bot just gets a damn mind of its own.
Yeah.
It's a killer camera, but the software's a little funny. It does what it wants.
Half God, half beast said, if we don't leave to the stars, we die here. How do you feel about that?
I remember Neil Tyson. I listened to his podcast years ago for a while. Star Talk, I think it's called. And he used to bring up this a lot. People would say, oh, well, we're getting good at geoengineering. Or what do they call it? Yeah, I guess geoengineering. He's like, we can go to Mars and do that. He's like, if we can do that there, we can just do it here. Why leave the planet to fix a planet? Let's just fix the planet we're on. And I kind of agree with that. If we have now, don't get me wrong, if the technology means we go to another planet and we dig holes underground and we put domes up and we live underground on Mars and that's how it has to be, then that's how it has to be. But it's not happening in our lifetimes. It's not happening in our kids' lifetimes.
But you think they are working on if it happens, I could see it very much as a fail-safe plan or something like a plan B. If the worst happens here, meaning an existential threat or, some sort of meteorite or an asteroid, and it becomes like a planet killer, or even what is it? Yosemite.
Yeah.
That, blowing up.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Don't you feel like we should kind of be like, we need a plan B in case this goes wrong, or is it is what it is?
Yeah, we should have never stopped going to the moon. We should be exploring space at every dollar we have to spare should be going into science. Like, I don't understand the need for certain governments to take money away from education and science. That should be the only thing money should go to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree, man. Like the only part I got a problem with is we got a lot of shit, like you said, we got to deal with here. We got hunger. We got people living on the brink of fucking total financial downfall.
We still got racism.
We got resources that we kill each other. Do we really want our cancerous human traits out in the stars on some other planet and fucking that up, or we can't even take care of our shit here?
Yeah.
No, but it worked on Star Trek, and like, we're humans, we gotta try to survive. That's just what we do. That's what we do.
Yeah.
So,
Star Trek showed you that
you had to come together though, like right.
But Star Trek bypassed how that happened.
Yeah, they bypassed Type 1 civilization.
No. Like they didn't show the process of how that happened.
The Type 1 civilization.
They just instantly in the starship.
Right. Yeah.
Let's see. Hold on. There is an episode of Star Trek Deep Space Nine where
it was the coming together on how.
No, it's about the riots in San Francisco.
Oh, I think I remember seeing that.
That basically caused them. I wish I could remember the Bell riots. They were called. I'm looking this up. Sorry.
No, do it because I've never seen this.
It's. I want to say it's 2 or 3 episodes long. This thing. Bell riots. Blah 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 blah.
And I'm curious what the writer's turning point was for humanity to see itself in that light, to where it's like, we can no longer do this.
Honestly, it was not far in the future from now where they went back in time to, and disparity in classes as far as who makes money and who doesn't make money goes, caused like ghettos in cities where like people were like stuck and they weren't getting fed enough, and someone took some hostages in one of these ghettos at like the building where people go to get jobs and get their food vouchers and all this stuff. And a activist who was trying to keep the people who did it cool, but also like get their point of view out there, might get killed in the process or something like that. And basically that was like the turning point of like a flash event where everyone's like, whoa, we got to figure out something because this is becoming a problem. The Zoom turned back on.
I think it's your hand. It's your hand.
Oh, it might be your hand, Jeff.
Gestures.
Yeah.
So the camera, goes off of the hand gestures. That's why Ken every now and then will have like fireworks, and he's like, "I did it again."
Yeah.
I haven't figured out how to make the fireworks yet. I got to figure that out.
Okay, it's the 4 o'clock hour. People have questions about what we're talking about now, but there were some previous questions that hadn't got answered yet. So
which I have from
Steve. What do you got for me, Steve?
Yeah, Steve's the man.
Steve. Yep. We talked about the glasses already. Let's see. Simon was asking if, do you like black MIDI?
I did answer him. I've heard them. I off the top of my head, I can't think of what it sounds like. I remember listening to it and going, this is pretty cool. I will revisit for sure now.
Yeah. And then Steve wanted to ask, where can we get to hear T's music?
So you can listen to her sing on Dirty Red Dress. If you just look up Dirty Red Dress on Spotify, it's the only place I ever ended up posting any of it. And it'll be up there for a while because I still I paid for it in April, so it's until April where I can not pay and take everything down. I kind of hate Spotify now, so I'll probably take it all down eventually.
Yeah.
But it's there. Search Dirty Red Dress. She's the female vocalist on the songs. You can also go to the Upstate Downstate YouTube and watch the Winter Wind Down video. It's 4 songs. She's the only vocalist on that project, and she killed it. She's so good.
Nice. Yeah, a lot of people are taking their stuff down Spotify.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to, not get paid. I don't want to pay to put my music on a website and not get paid for it, and have the money go to making drones to kill kids.
Yeah, that's wild.
That's insane.
That is fucking wild.
Yeah, go figure.
Yep.
Crazy Rabbit with his famous question: what is your biggest pet peeve?
I don't know how to put it into words. The double talk, basically. Like someone like a not to bash religious people, but like a Christian who's like, let's do bad things to people because they're not the same color as me or something like that. Where it's like, did you read anything in that book? Like, there's no way that's what you've been told.
Yeah.
But that kind of idea, someone who claims to stand for a thing and then kick the ideals of that thing in the face every chance they get.
And then
those people.
Does something completely opposite.
Right.
Get them, Tone. You fucking get them. Just go after them.
Hypocrites.
Yeah.
Hypocrites. Those guys.
Yeah, hypocrites. we always say that. It's funny because people go to confession on Sunday just to be able to redo their sins again. I'm like, isn't that just being a hypocrite?
Yeah. Damn.
That's what they do.
Yeah. And then Uncle Chrome's favorite question, or his famous question, is shaken or stirred?
Cold filtered.
Cold filtered. Okay.
There you go.
So not shaken, not stirred. Chrome.
Cold filtered.
Cold filtered.
I mean, I don't even really stir my coffee. I'm trying to think of, I don't really drink.
Yeah.
When I did, I stuck to wine and beer mostly. Vodka drinks were cool, so I guess those were stirred or shaken, whatever the bartender did.
Yeah. Shaken. Yeah.
No preference.
Now I drink filtered water and coffee out of a espresso machine, so it drips and the milk is frothed. That's it. I like it frothed.
Yeah. Spun. Whipped.
Okay. Are there any more questions?
So far, not right now.
Okay, Tone, we're at the last hour. You know what time it is. We are going to go into the crazy monkey zone where
right, let's go.
Things are going to get a little weird.
A little
You just entertain us, would you?
Sure. Let's have some fun.
Are you religious, spiritual, or?
I would say I'm spiritual. I'm not religious. I would call myself an agnostic. I think anyone who says they know is fooling themselves. How do you know? I don't have a problem with faith. Every Sunday I go to a church here in town and I do sound for them. Not because I'm religious, because they were offering. I wanted to do sound, and I stuck around. I've been working for them for almost 5 years now, I think. They're nice people.
Yeah.
Local Back Baptist church. Cool people.
Yeah.
They never tell me to turn the music down. They only ever tell me to turn it up.
Can't
ask for better.
That's a
You
bad
said-
for a better
You said a
client.
Black Baptist church.
Yeah, I mean, it ain't going to go the
Turn it up.
opposite way.
Sure. Let's go.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
I mean, yeah.
Steve has a question. His question is, if you can only take one instrument to be stranded on an island with, what would it be?
Answer from the heart, bass guitar. Answer from the brain, a sampler.
I love you, Tom, just so you know. Yep.
Okay. So there's something to be said with a man that doesn't have faith going into a Baptist church to render his services, have a good time, and not even judge the people that are practicing whatever creed, religion, dogma that they love.
I don't want to say I don't judge. I try very hard not to judge, and more often than not, now these are people who The pastor in there is a really nice guy. He's about as old as my dad is. We feel the same way about sports and politics, so it's easy to get along with him. Most of what he preaches is community, which I very much feel an affinity to. You got to
Be accountable.
be accountable, help your fellow man, do the right thing by everyone around you. You're okay if you're not hurting someone else directly, mostly is what they preach. The one thing that drives me a little crazy, he barely gets into, but once in a while doesn't, there's a couple of the people in the church that will, is anti-LGBTQ stuff. And they're not aggressive about it, but man, if you believe in God and God made all these people, God made that person that way, you're supposed to love all God's children.
Yeah.
There's the hypocrite.
Yep.
Thing.
Why do they do that bullshit?
I don't
That
get it.
drives me insane.
Why?
It doesn't make sense in my opinion.
Why? I just.
But that's one thing I wanted to say when you said that earlier. When people say that they say they believe in something and they try to make what they experience the gospel, I think that's where it gets all muddy. I think people, when they experience something, whether it was believable or true to them, the moment you try to make your experience the gospel, that's where it becomes like the huge turnoff with others. Because now they're thinking like, oh my God, he's going to start preaching to me. He's going to preach me his gospel and try to sell me this shit. Instead of him just, he or her just keeping it to themselves and telling what happened to him or explaining.
Right.
Yeah. And like I said, they're good people in general. I mean, I know a couple of people that come to that church that are definitely of that and don't like. There's this one dude that comes in that's always in a skirt and his wig, and the pastor gets along with him real well. He points him out all the time. He's like, that guy right there, that guy's my friend. He's like, I'm here for him if he needs anything. But then complain about, the WNBA star who, not that the pastor's done this because he hasn't, but I've heard other people say things like, oh, that WNBA star, I'm not sure about her. I haven't seen her with the boys. She might be a dyke. Like, that's not
weird.
fucking cool, bro. Like,
Who cares?
That's some weird
Who
cult
cares?
shit,
Yeah, who
man.
and like,
cares?
regardless of who cares, like, how do you rectify that with you're here every Sunday?
I know. Then he's like, God bless.
Okay,
God bless.
but here's a marvelous thing in that. You've been there for 4 years. If that's not the epitome of just let people do what they do, believe, like, it's no skin off Tone's back. Yeah. He's there, got a job to do. Overall, you guys are good people. I don't agree with everything. It's kind of foolish to me, but I'm here. Oh, there we go.
That's my local single A short season draft league, whatever they call themselves team.
That's too funny.
Yeah.
T-Sketch has a question. She is asking, if you were stranded on an island and you had to take your top 5 music artists, any genre, who would they be?
Damn.
I'll just do hard answer, not head answer, because that's the head answer is not fun for this. The Beatles, Converge, Cave In, Nas, and Thelonious Monk.
Oh,
damn! You bringing in some?
Damn,
I mean, you covered
Nas and some piano.
covered a wide range of platforms.
Well, he's got different moods if he's going to be on this island. You got to have the mood to go fish and hunt and fight a shark. Goddamn, calm your ass down when you're in the rain or something with some Thelonious.
Uncle Chrome has a question: Yankees or Mets?
Yankees.
Yanks.
That
Do you
was easy.
do you want to see my Yankee tattoo? I'm not showing it to you. Okay. I do have one, but I'm not showing it to you.
Yeah, it's my tramp stamp.
Synchrotron Andy has a question. How many guitars do you have?
So I have my Jazz Master. You see it? Yeah, you can see it. Go out, the mic's in the way.
Oh, there it is.
I have a really cool late 90s Squire Pro Series Telecaster, which was a Japanese made Telecaster that they stopped making because the series was too good to be called Squire, so they just stopped making them. They were basically like a $400 guitar in the 90s that they probably could have charged over $1,000 for then, and couldn't because it said Squire on it. That was a gift, not a gift. Someone was getting rid of it, and I got a hold of it. And before I played, and my old guitar player literally picked it up one day. He's like, "This is a Squire." He's like, "Fuck, this is the nicest telly ever." He's like, "This is better than my American Standard." Blah blah blah. A few years ago, when I started playing in earnest, I really started like looking into what I had and where it was from and what it was actually worth. I found out that this guitar was kind of a hidden gem. That's it for me for traditional guitars. My wife's got a Epiphone Gold Top with P90s. That's fucking a ripper. It sounds so good. I love those P90s. She's got a newer Epiphone hollow body. It looks like a 335 style. It's this blue and purple. We call it the blueberry. It's this blue and purple finish. Oh, it's fucking beautiful. That's got regular wide range in it. Sounds really nice. I've got 3 jazz basses, the Aerodyne.
Yeah, you do.
I've got a Marcus Miller.
Yes, you do. I've seen that
blonde,
one. Yep.
And I've got a red American Standard circa 2006 or 7.
Yep. Tone, listen to me, okay? We all die. We know this. If you happen to go first, God forbid. God forbid,
You want my stuff?
the Marcus Miller will be directly picked up ASAP.
No offense. Get in line. There's a lot of people that have said that to me.
Before your cold body hits the floor, sir. I just so morbid at that all by itself. But
and this is one of my favorites. This is a Squire Bass 6.
Yeah, that's nice.
So it's a 6-string bass guitar. Same scale length as my jazz basses, but there's 6 strings, 3
pickups,
coils,
yeah,
set up like a guitar.
Jeez.
It's got the whammy bar and the trem bridge. It's got the Jaguar style pickup selection. I actually have it strung right now with baritone strings. And it's in drop A. It's really unwieldy through an amp, but it's a fun songwriting tool. I'll probably switch back to a bass because, like I said, that guitar is in drop C, so it's only a step higher than this. I don't really need this to stay as a baritone. It was an idea, and maybe I don't know. I would need to put a new bridge in it because this thing it was inexpensive, so it's not the easiest thing in the world to play.
Right.
Andy has a follow-up question to that, and he says, if you had to sell them all but keep one, which one would you keep?
Well, guitars or basses. Like I have to.
Oh no! Be from the heart, mofo. Speak from the heart.
You would just have to keep one.
The Marcus Miller is.
You goddamn right. You goddamn right.
That bass is unreal. Remote Neck 2. The years I played that thing in that hardcore band in drop C. I put a hip shot on it. It's got a badass bridge. I keep it in active mode. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah, it's something about active basses that I just love them. Passive is nice. Like Fender has some good jazz basses but too much noise and you can't get like they don't have the punch.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like they don't have that reach.
For sure. Playing in Antarabe specifically, honestly the bass tone wasn't that different at Dirty Red Dress. I played that like a lot of drive. I pushed it through a mid-70s tube preamp into a 1,000-watt Harkey rig that would just... People would come see my bands play and go, what? How are you that loud and not that loud at the same time? Like, how do you get that tone? Like, I've never heard anything sound like that. Stuff, comments like that, which honestly, I'd rather people come and say to me, that's the coolest sounding tone. Right. The parts suck than the other way around.
Right. Because your tone is everything.
That's what tone's. That's what
it's everything.
It's important.
I had a Mesa Boogie M6 carbine, and that thing was it was a nightmare. Nothing. I could blow a full stack with that. The power was endless. Yeah, and exactly the headroom forever. You'll never be able to turn it up all the way. No. And Chrome, I do have an old. I saw him ask about a fretless. I do have a Harkey fretless.
it's just chilling in the basement in a case. It's inactive, and the battery connector was ripped off years ago. My dad had it laying around and he gave it to me, and I just haven't had the time or need to
Go fix
solder
it.
a new battery connector back on it, which I really should, because it probably sounds pretty cool.
Yeah, probably. You have a fretless and it's you're Jesus, man.
Yeah.
Jesus.
George G's has a question. He said, you being quote unquote Tone Smith, Monkey Island is having a show and you are the sound guy. What is your preference in sound as far as speakers and apps?
JBL boxes, QSC or Crown amplifiers, Allen and Heath mixer, DBX outboard, drive rack and crossover, Shure and Sennheiser microphones.
We got those. We got QSCs. We don't have any JBLs.
JBL boxes are the best. Real Claire Brothers stuff, if I can get a hold of it. I like the old, real, like original big boxes. Something about them. I'm not against new technology whatsoever. There is some stuff that was done right, whether on purpose or by accident, that people can't repeat. And those old Claire Brothers boxes and those old JBL boxes from like hair metal era boxes, they just sound special.
That was a good question, George.
That is a cool question. I've never been asked anything like that.
Yeah.
I've never even heard of anything like that.
So when we go live, maybe we should just talk to Tone. Before we actually go out and do some of these venues.
Yeah, who's done it?
Yeah.
Tone Smith.
Yeah.
Andy has another follow-up question. Andy, of course, with the guitar. He loves his guitars. He wants to know if there was a guitar out there that you had to sell all your collection for.
I can answer this question. You don't even need to finish it. Novo. Andy, go buy a Novo, bro. I want to buy a Novo so fucking bad. I want a Saris J like I wanted a girlfriend when I was 15, man. Like I cannot tell you what those things. I played a Maris. I haven't played a Saris yet. I played a Maris in Boston in like April. And holy shit, those are the nicest instruments I've ever seen, ever touched. It was perfect.
Like I wanted a girlfriend, but when I was 15, desperation.
Crazy Rabbit said New
They're
York
like
or
$4,000.
Is that how much they are?
Whoa.
Yeah.
How much?
$4,000.
They start at like 3, but like the version of the one I would want would probably cost me like $4,500 to $5,000.
Jeez.
Gotta have bindings and inlays.
Yeah, they better be worth it.
I mean, when at the time the Sub 37 came out, it was at $2,100, and I was like, ooh, it was either that or the Pro 3. Crazy Rabbit said New York or Chicago pizza.
Come on.
Yeah, come on. Look at his name.
The Chicago stuff is like
it's second class.
Casserole.
It's what?
Casserole.
It's a casserole.
That deep dish bullshit.
You need a knife and a fork to eat that shit. You can't.
I'm
even
okay
hold
with
it
a
like
knife and a fork. I want a crust that's made out of bread, not pie crust.
Oh shit!
When you make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, do you always lick the knife afterwards?
Fucking A right, I do.
God damn. I knew we was brothers. I knew it, man.
Okay, look, we got 28 minutes left, and then the questions are cut off. Any more questions for Tone Smith?
Yeah, we got to talk about weird shit, guys.
We got to get into the weird stuff. We're not going to have a whole lot of time for it.
Rapid fire weird shit.
Yeah,
Rapid fire weird shit.
So, you and your wife don't have any kids. You plan on having any kids?
Can't anymore.
Oh, you can't.
No, I took care of that.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
Smart.
Fix the plumbing.
Smart.
Tone.
It's more fun now.
Yeah. You should go talk to Tone Smith afterwards, my love.
You.
Let me tell you,
What?
you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Vicky, I've never had Marmite, bro. I'm sorry. I'll try it for you though.
You're not missing anything.
When you try Marmite for the first time, Tone, I think you'll be here. What were we talking about? September sometime? Just try.
Probably October.
October. Just try it here when you get here.
I have a jar. We'll
On
get
camera,
fries.
no problem.
Yeah. Or
You
Tone,
can
try to show up on the last day for the 365 if you could.
When is your last day?
It's Marilyn's birthday.
October. No, I think it's before. It'll be before my birthday.
17th. October
All right,
17th.
mid October. I'll look at
Yeah.
that.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
tell you right now.
Any more questions for Tone Smith? Come on now. We still got it. We still got a few minutes here, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, it would be nice if you can get here. I was kind of hoping the Crazy Rabbit could be here. Maybe he might just do a turnaround trip. Let's see.
Where is Rabbit in the world?
Rabbit, I believe, is, I don't want to butcher it, but I want to say Virginia, some fucking where.
So
Somewhere a rabbit shouldn't be. That's where you'll find him.
day 365 is 2 days before my birthday, October 20th.
20th.
Yeah.
All right. Late October. I'm into it. I'll put it on the calendar, figure it out.
Yeah. Late October.
Yeah, your birthday's on the 22nd. That's right.
You should know that.
I do.
Thank you, Tone.
I do. You know what? You know how I really know is because when I have to go get
He's
her
forgot it
medication sometimes,
2 years in a
they always ask
row.
me, and her birthday? And I go, I know this. I'm like a fucking G right now. Shit.
He's actually know it because he spits it out, and I go, oh, I'm surprised.
Because he forgot it 2 years in a row.
Oh, shit.
Well, then,
Synchatron's asking, thoughts on DI or miking cabs?
Why wouldn't you do both?
oh,
DI after the preamp, mic on. Well, maybe it depends on the rig, but I try to always do both.
Yeah, we got rid of his cabs, and he's just DI into the QSCs, and the sound marries great.
I just didn't like it. I didn't like how they were so far apart. It was so distant.
Oh, Uncle Chrome is asking, what's your setup?
Set up for what? Let me see how much I can show you guys with this camera. Okay. So I've got a Digitact and an Octatrack in there with a Yamaha CP. There's my Sub 37. There's my pedal board. My amp's in the other room. My amp is a combination of my 70s Alembic F2B preamp, made popular by, it was Jerry Garcia's guitar tone. I'm not a deadhead. It just happens to be that the shit sounded really good. Into an orange pedal baby, into a Marshall 212. But when I'm not using that, I have a Boss IR2 amp sim pedal on that board that fucking rules. You saw the Sub 37. My bass rig was also that Alembic F2B into a Harkey LH1000 into a Harkey High Drive 810. I have a Rhodes in the basement. I have a Poly 6 and a Poly 61 that I want to get rid of both of because they don't get any play. Who wants to buy my Poly 6 and Poly 61? They work. I want to get rid of them.
Put it in the Discord. There's a buy sell.
I got to break them out. I haven't listened to them in years. I got to clean them up and like make sure everything still works.
Crazy Rabbit said Kent does. No, he doesn't.
I will happily trade Kent anything in my house for one of the CS80s.
Absurd is like,
And I make most of my effects these days for my rig through this wonderful device, the Empress Zoya. If you don't know, if you know, you know. If you don't know, you should know. Yeah, I use the Digitact for one shots. I use the Octatrack for stereo loopy stuff, sample wise. The Yamaha Reface CP is my keys engine. The whatchamacallit, the Keystep Pro I use for an iPad or a Volca FM or anything on the computer that I want to record and sample in.
How did you start getting into synths?
So, I mean, I always thought they were cool. They became a pretty popular thing as like the thing no one knew how to use, but everyone wanted on their like emo and hardcore records in the early 2000s when I was, you know, of that era and of that group. And then a guy that shout out Eric Bardo, A Love for Enemies, Long Island Hardcore. Their singer, that guy, Eric, was worked at Samson. We became pretty close friends, and he was in a Depeche Mode tribute band, which was really weird for a guy that was in a singer in a Christian hardcore band. And we became really good friends, and he would just talk about this stuff, and made me like when you know, like you don't realize you know a thing and you know a thing.
Mhm.
I knew synths and electronic music was really cool, and I didn't give any mind to it because of what I was doing. And then just talking to Eric about Daft Punk made me realize, oh fuck, I love Daft Punk. I forgot how much I like this group. And then I went and listened to it and went, oh, they're playing synthesizers. And then I went and looked at what synthesizers they were using and how they were using them. And I was like, oh, this shit's cool. I like gear. And nothing's weirder and more complicated than plugging a bunch of gear in together with a bunch of cables that don't actually transmit any audio, but they transmit information back and forth.
Right.
And that got me into just like the idea of like, oh, what can I do with MIDI?
So what was your first synth?
It's not here actually. My friend Jeremiah has it. I let him borrow it. My Moog Minotaur.
Huh.
Yeah, I wanted to be able to, in that band, Dirty Red Dress, I wanted to be able to play synth bass through my rig. I didn't want to buy a big synthesizer. The Minotaur was like fucking $600 when they first came out. I bought one of the first like 500 or 600 of them. I literally, as soon as they announced it, I went to the local Sam Ash and bought one. And I would play that with a old M Audio Oxygen plugged into the front end of my bass rig and fucking blow the doors off of every room we went into. Shit was so much fun.
That name sounds like one of the Transformers characters.
Right.
Tone, you ever see anything that challenges your belief? Fuck your paradigm all up, apparitions, UFOs?
No, because, well, okay, yes, I've seen those things, but they haven't fucked up my world because I'm just, what it is what it is. It doesn't bother me that way. When I was on tour with Antarabe, we were driving from Yuma, Arizona to Lake Havasu, Nevada.
Oh, yeah.
There's a state highway, Route 95. I remember this because like Interstate 95, and when you live on the East Coast, it's the only road you use. And it just goes straight up through the desert. And it's, I mean, when I mean straight, I mean, there's probably a 200, 300 miles where there is no turn in the road whatsoever.
Oh, we're familiar.
We were driving in the middle of the night. I was driving. Everyone in the van was asleep except for Joey. Shout out Joey Spagna from Antarabe. Best dude on the planet. Joey's sitting there leaning forward on the dash, looking up like this. I'm like, Joey, what are you doing? He's like, nothing. All right, fine. I'm still driving. All of a sudden he goes, hey, don't freak out and drive off the road and kill us. And I'm like, wait, what? And he's like, what the fuck is that? So I slow down again at middle of the night, straight road, no one's on it. I don't even have to pull over. I just let go of the gas and slowed. Look up. And there is a space in the sky straight above us. Not my slow down to check. Oh, stupid fucking camera thing again. A space in the sky that wasn't moving, where there was basically a black space where I couldn't see the stars. And at the corners of it, it's triangle shape. At the corners of it were what looked like RGB, like blue, purple, green, like at the corners of the triangle, like lights, but they weren't like light. They was just like kind of glowing in that space, or like the same way you would think if you look at like a graphic, like a CGI representation of like what a black hole looks like, where the light bends and like where it like it becomes that defined line and the light like stretches into a glowy looking thing. That's what the corners looked like. We stopped, we pulled over, I looked up. It wasn't moving. It was just floating up in the air. You could see that it was obscuring the starscape behind it. So there was something there blocking my view of what was past it. We woke up someone else. I'm like, hey guys, I'm like, wake the fuck up. Someone look up and tell me if they see that. Someone woke up, looked at it and goes, yeah, whatever, and went back to sleep. Hardcore guys.
Jeez.
Joey, when I bring it up now, Joey's like, I don't want to talk about it.
Really?
Yeah. I drew it. I have a, hold on a second.
Yeah, absolutely. Half God, half beast says, I've seen them.
That's the event horizon what he was trying to explain.
No shit.
Jeez.
Do you imagine seeing that? Just
It's crazy that he
this thing obscures the stars behind it,
drew a picture.
right? I mean, that's profound when you see something like that and you got to draw it.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing.
Yeah, Becky said in 2012. Tisca says that's what she talking about.
I could have sworn I had drawn a picture of it in this book then, and I can't find it now.
So half God, half beast saw the same thing you've seen in 2012.
Here we go. I do have it.
No, hang on, let me.
Hang on, we're going to blow your screen up here. There we go.
Yeah, right as you did that, it blows right on time.
It's not focusing well, but basically,
Yeah. Oh, there it is, right
right
there.
there.
see, look, woke up TJ to confirm.
Yeah, you got footnotes and
that was
everything.
that was our guy. And
Crazy.
he literally was just like, shut up and went back to sleep.
Yeah, so was it for, bro?
So it was definitely a triangle shape that you saw?
Oh, for sure. Like it was very, the sky out there, there's nothing out there for miles,
Right.
Mhm.
hundreds of miles in any direction. The star field is like shit you see in movies. I remember being out there looking up going, holy shit. And I mean, I had seen good views of the sky before. I had been camping when I'm a kid upstate New York and places like that where like you could see a lot, but like if something's blocking your view of those, so you see, I'm clear sky otherwise, you see that there's something blocking the sky.
Mm-hmm.
It was very, very painfully obvious it was a triangle,
Mm-hmm.
and there was nothing beyond it that I could see.
Yeah, Bicky said it cycled between red, blue, and white.
I think like the way I remember it, it was more like green, purple, blue.
Mm-hmm. Steve said like a prism?
Maybe. Oh, you mean, no, it was a flat triangle. It was like looking at a triangle straight on. It wasn't like it wasn't 3D and cylindrical prism shape, if that's what he's asking. If he means the way the light was bending, maybe. It looked like there was just lights on it that were just thin edge in the corners.
Uncle Crumb's asking, any sense of how far you were from it?
Probably a couple thousand feet, if I had to guess now. I would have said hundreds then, but knowing a little better how far that actually is,
Shit, well, that thing is bigger than what you think then.
Yeah.
hovering pretty high up, but not like plane flying height, not 30,000 feet. I'm talking like 2,000 feet.
I mean, 2,000 feet is relatively close. I mean, you're
It
looking
is.
at that and it's blocking out that much of this. That thing is huge.
Like
Probably.
if it came down to 60 feet, how big do you think this
Well,
thing
okay,
would
so if I had to guess, it wasn't blocking all that much of the sky.
Right.
Like I think that's why when Joey pointed it out, he was like, what is that? Because it doesn't make sense to me that I don't see stars right there.
Mhm.
If I had to guess a size, about the size of an airliner,
Oh, okay.
maybe a little less.
Right.
And then what did it do? Did you guys
Any-
watch it till it disappeared?
Any noise?
No noise. It just didn't move. It just sat there.
Mhm.
We stared at it for 5 minutes or so. It was fucking 3 a.m, man. I was trying to get to Havasu and go to sleep.
Okay, but
Right.
wait. So
Right.
you were driving when.
Yeah,
who
I was
was-
driving.
Okay, but so what was his name? Your buddy?
Joey.
And you noticed Joey looking up at the dash while you
Yeah.
were driving.
Yeah.
How long was he doing that?
5-10 minutes probably. I don't know.
So
that's at it.
this thing was
It was hanging
moving with you guys, you think, and stopped when you stopped?
That I couldn't say because I didn't get a good look at it until I basically was stopped.
Mm.
I don't remember seeing it move at all. I don't
Okay,
remember
5 or 10 minutes to me, depending on how fast you're going. That's
75
like,
miles an hour, 80 miles an hour.
okay, so that's
It's a
like
highway.
10 miles.
Yeah,
right?
that's fair.
10,
That's-
15
that's-
miles.
that's
And
very
he's
fair.
looking at that shit. So it's got to be, it's not staying still, right? Because
I
you would have
will-
went under it and you would have passed it.
Yeah, you're probably right. I will text him about it. He probably won't answer me.
So
Yeah.
He's like, stop asking me about this shit,
Right,
man.
yeah.
it haunts me to say that this thing was tracking you guys possibly. This is
Maybe.
just my investigative mind going,
If
Right.
I remember correctly, there is an Air Force base in the vicinity.
Edwards, but it would be
That'd be more California.
100 miles. No, because they're in Havasu.
No,
So,
Edwards is California.
yeah, they're in Havasu. You said there's an Air Force base nearby. So Edwards would be 100 miles to your west.
A little bit further.
Because right across from Havasu is San Bernardino County, and we have a
Right.
department right there.
Right.
And if you take that road 49,
Yeah.
and you take that straight west, that's where Edwards Air Force Base is. So it's danger close to where you guys
Yeah.
were.
We would have
395,
been,
yeah.
I want to say, south of I-10
Yeah.
on 95.
Okay, yeah, that's
There's a
well-
wildlife refuge just to the east of it, and there's the Salton Seas, some 60, 70 miles west of that spot.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Palm Springs and all that.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing though. Steve says no, just the color was bent like it was through a prism or transparent material.
Maybe. The best way I could describe it is like LED light colors in a fancy shine. I'm trying to think if I have something in the room that like looks the same color wise. Honestly, fuck, the Zoya does. Give me a second. This is the strangest fucking content right now. We're talking about UFOs,
love
and I'm
this.
like, look at my Zoya.
Yeah. Wow.
Look at it. Look at the colors that I saw in the fucking sky. It comes from this right here.
Imagine just the Zoya flew out of the sky and into
Right.
my lap.
Technology
Ever
from the
owes me a lot
future.
of money.
Yeah. Technology from the gods.
Here, we'll drop it in your lap.
See, the colors are gonna be hard to see, but literally like
Yeah, you can see that.
green, purple, and blue, like
Mhm.
that, like those. Let me see if I can. Oh no, I turned it off.
Yeah. But right before it went off, you could see the colors.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess Steve has a question. Did you step out of the vehicle to get a better look?
No,
No.
Well,
I don't know why we didn't either. Honestly,
I wouldn't either.
No
to
Your
be
shame on
friend
honest.
would probably be like, "Get back in the
I
car. We're
wouldn't either.
leaving."
To be honest, I wouldn't either.
No shame in that shit.
So okay, here's another question. What's the likelihood of extraterrestrial beings already here on Earth?
oh, pretty good in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not like I don't think they're necessarily walking among us.
Mm-hmm. But you do think they're just visiting?
But we've been
and-
visited for sure. We've been visited. I don't see how like with all the stuff that's been seen out there. Stories from
The 40s.
credible stories from times before technology was even thought of.
Yep.
That can do that kind of stuff. It's not like all the weird flying objects showed up in 2005. They didn't.
Right.
They,
Right. Right. And people are starting now to go back and look at all these old footages and start to go, you know what? AI wasn't even a thing then. And you have all these accounts, right? And you got them in historical paintings. You have them on hieroglyphs or
the historical painting. That one episode you guys did where you were showing us pictures of caves and
petroglyphs. Yeah.
Petroglyphs and all that stuff. That I find that stuff the most compelling and interesting. Things like the art that comes out of like ancient India with like guys with like when you look at them, you're like, that's an astronaut. That's an astronaut suit. Like like tubes going to packs on helmets, and then like and then like an elephant with 7 arms. Like that's.
Let me ask you this. How come and I agree with you 100%. My brother and I both do. I don't know if Mads does. Mads is one of those she got to put that bad bitch right in front of her face. But
I'm skeptical.
Yeah.
why do you think when something is so much right in front of your face, like what my whole thing is these people were depicting things that they literally saw. Like everything else they have detail with what a cow looks like. And all this, and then when they show you something else that doesn't match what they look like, because they're giving you their account, and this was the best newspaper of their time, why do people quickly dismiss something that could be right? The evidence is right in their face. I don't know.
It's a good question. Like fear, disbelief, radical change of your worldview. If you believe truly that a thing is a thing, and then someone says it isn't, like how do you rectify that? Not everyone's prepared to think that way. Most people aren't prepared to think that way. I think of like
fear of being wrong and fear of being
I don't know
ridiculed.
about fear of being wrong or ridiculed. Fear of I have a friend from Long Island who we used to talk about. If we talked about something like weird and scientific, I remember bringing up. I learned about leap seconds. You guys know about leap seconds?
No, go ahead.
You know what a leap year is?
Yes.
There's leap seconds.
Okay.
Someone's got the time that it takes the Earth to go around the sun so fucking down to the you know who probably knows is Uncle Chrome will probably talk about this. The math that they have to do to figure out that it takes us however trillion seconds to get around the sun, that it's not exactly 365 and a quarter days. So and it of course it changes over time. So every few years, fucking Time Lords, whoever the fuck in the science community that decides these things, gets together and says, all right, we got to shave like 2 nanoseconds off next year. I remember telling her about that, and she was like, I don't want to hear about this. This is too much for me. Like she would get like really like, you ever get fucking really high and watch some show about planets and shit, and just like you're watching it and you're like, I don't know if I can watch this anymore.
Yeah, absolutely.
She would get
absolutely.
like that. She would get like that sober in normal scientific conversation. There are people that just can't handle that.
It's
why, I don't know.
It's scary though.
It
like,
is.
like you said, you get high and you'll watch like how big the universe is.
Yeah.
And then with your analytical elevated mindset now, because now your perception is much more open and you're able to deeply think and get involved with it.
And you've already seen some stuff.
You feel small. You feel like, oh my God, there's more to this than what really meets the eye. You know, and it's just, and if my brother and I joke, right? If aliens were to come down on your front lawn, oh, what does that do to you? And I tell him a lot. I don't think I'm ready to see a real life alien. Like, I don't think my mind can process that. I may talk about it, but if the shit were to really happen, I don't know how that'll fuck me up, because I don't know what that looks like.
I don't know either. I'm totally interested in finding out. Like I wouldn't be, I don't look at it now and go, oh, I don't want to. Like, I would love for an alien to drop. I would love to find that out about myself. How am I going to react when a UFO lands my front lawn and they go, you know, we're here to meet your leader. Do you have any jazz basses? Do you chug? Yes, let's find out what happens.
Right.
I'm excited about that.
But it's funny how you reacted when you saw what you saw in the sky. You didn't come unglued. So, I mean, there's a good chance you wouldn't come unglued.
That's a good, that's a good analysis. I didn't even think about that.
Maybe because we've already prepped ourselves with it, right? We've already desensitized ourselves by just engaging in the conversation of possibility.
I love sci-fi movies. Maybe that's why. I watched Close Encounters as a kid, and it scared the shit out of me and blew my mind at the same time. I watched 2001: A Space Odyssey, and like still don't know what to think about that movie, and we'll watch it over and over again. And my wife, I turn it on, and my wife goes, I'm getting the fuck out of here. She's like, doesn't want to watch it. It's the boringest shit I've ever seen in my life. And she's not wrong.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It speaks to me in a way that, like, exactly what you say. Like, I probably wouldn't have a problem with it, because
you know which movie was
Clearly
like that for me? And I'm like, really? I wasted all these hours of my life watching this movie. And I think it ended up winning movie of the year. I was so disappointed. District 9.
Oh yeah.
Where the guy turned into
she
the
absolutely hated that.
Oh, I cannot stand that movie. I was so mad at myself for staying the whole movie.
He did turn into something, right? He turned into a bug or something.
He did. He turned into whatever they are.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God. And then when it got nominated, I was like, oh no, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your thoughts on the afterlife? Is there one? Is this finite? Are we?
There's something.
Yeah.
My mom used to tell me stories about how when I was really little, like before I remember, like pre my own memory, that I would say things to her like, hey, when I was big, I did this. Is that just the mind of a kid seeing big adults going, I was big once and now I'm small? Was that me? She used to think it was me remembering past lives.
Oh, wow.
And I remember as a teenager hearing her talk about that going, whoa, that's fucking wild. Like, that's super interesting. So when I was a really little kid, I had a terrible, I have it again. I had a terrible snoring problem when I was a kid. 4-year-old kid snoring like old men, snoring like I snore now. It wakes my wife up and she kicks me out of bed, kind of snoring.
At 4.
At 4 and 5 years old.
Wow.
It wound up, I had enlarged tonsils
Yep.
and adenoids.
Yep.
And I had to have them removed.
Yep.
And I had them removed when I was in 1st grade, and my voice almost got this low then. I remember being a little kid being like, everyone's like, your voice is so low. It wound up, they were so big that my oxygen was getting cut off as I was breathing, and I was basically like tripping out in my sleep, losing oxygen to my brain, something like that. I would have terrible nightmares as a kid. I would wait before this, before I had the surgery. I would wake up in the middle of the night and be freaked out and go sleep between my parents, kind of stuff. And I remember laying on the bed, looking over whoever was to my right. I have to think about this for a minute, and seeing what I could best describe as like ghosts walking down the hallway at me, being scared, covering myself with the fucking blanket and whatnot in this fucking camera.
I like it. It's so cinematic.
Yeah,
It is. It's too much. I wish I could slow it down or make it not do it as much. I couldn't figure out how to do that. So, was I seeing things? Was I seeing another side? Was I literally just tripping balls because I wasn't breathing? I don't know. And this is, 40, almost 40 years ago. Like, I'll never find out.
That's funny because my kid Keaton, he had the same problem. He had enlarged tonsils, adenoids. 1st grade, we had to take him and get surgery, and they had to remove him. But before that, he would snore so loud as at that age, and he would always wake up with these like crying, like with these night terrors.
Yeah, that's what I would have. I would wake up and be, I don't know if they would call them night terrors. I wasn't sleepwalking, I wasn't screaming, but I would wake up and I cannot. The most afraid I've ever been, I can ever remember being in my life was waking up before I had my tonsils removed.
Wow.
No problem.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Do you think, and I don't know if you watch the channel, but I strongly try to get people to watch this YouTube channel. Do you think telepathy is real?
Yeah, I don't know if any of us know really how to make it work. You're talking about the telepathy tapes?
Yes.
I listened to like 2 of those, and I find the subject matter super interesting. I end up getting turned off by the presentation. They're very much like, you won't believe what happens next. And like, I get why people get sucked into that, but I really have a hard time with it. So I didn't dig in much more.
Yeah, they're going to release a video. Right now they're in the crowd, or what do they call it?
Crowdsourcing.
Yeah, they're
crowdfunding, whatever.
Yeah, crowdfunding, and the woman, the doctor behind it, who they took her license and then gave it back to her.
Like I said, I didn't get that far. That's
yeah, no, you really got to go in.
And I don't know which ones you're watching. Some of those so she has some personal ones that it's not overly produced, is what I'm trying to get at, where you can actually hear her stories and listen to the casework.
Yeah, she's done many podcasts where she's actually went in there and convinced people that this is real. Like, I have no issues believing if telepathy is real or not. I happen to think it is. And that's me. Only because him and I have done some weird things when we were younger, and we still do some things now where if he thinks something, I see an image in my mind of what he's thinking, and then I'll act on it and we'll say it at the same time. So that happens a lot. But it would suggest, if you believe in it, Tone, like you said, that suggests that we are not tied to this body.
Sure. I think about, like, I was talking earlier at length and with gusto about the energy of that music scene that I was part of. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. The energy is a thing that we truly don't understand. You ever really, really dig down deep into how electricity works? It's fucking magic. We don't know what's going on. Truly. We know how to use it. We've harnessed it in ways. What the fuck is lightning all about? What the hell, like when a circuit is completed, where is it? It's a field. Are electrons just going from, molecule to molecule of copper? Is a copper taking one electron from his and passing his to his, and he's passing that one to his? And like, we don't know what happens. We don't. The forms of energy that we don't fully understand, acoustic energy at super low frequency and super high frequency and super high amplitude and super, like, the way whales communicate, like we can't explain a lot of this stuff. It's all super interesting. It's until we figure it out, it's magic. And maybe we'll never figure out all of it. Maybe the knowledge is never ending, and every time we find out, we'll just be in the same, percentage of what we do know and don't know. Maybe there's worlds beyond ours that are around us at all times that we just can't see. I've had a few weird experiences, like that UFO, like maybe the ghosts I was seeing when I was a kid. Oh, I got another story for you. Actually, this is the most recent, so it's good. When my mom passed, shortly after she passed, she had those 2 life insurance policies in that 403B, and we didn't know how much money was in them. We didn't know much about it at all. I had a dream one night that I was in the house in Elmont that I was in when I was a little kid, that we lived with my mom's mom, who also passed, and that's why we moved out of that house. She was in a car accident. This has nothing to do with it, but she was not there. I had a dream that I was in that apartment that we lived in upstairs, and that the ghost of my grandmother was coming up the stairs to talk to me, and I felt that same fear you feel as a little kid when the unknown is there, kind of like the ghosts I saw when I still had tonsils and was tripping balls. And I remember in the dream getting the fucking gumption to like go down the stairs and go after this ghost and find out who it is. And you know how in dreams people can be, one person in a dream can be multiple different people, or one place can be multiple. So it was my grandmother, but it was my mother, who was dead at this point, a couple of weeks probably. And whoever it was trying to say something like everything's going to be okay. Maybe they didn't say that, but that was the feeling I got, was them conveying it's going to be all right. Here, the thing's there for you. You're okay now, kind of stuff. Woke up the next morning, went to work. At the end of that work day, I was traveling from Scranton, Pennsylvania down to Rehoboth Beach, Delaware, to go to the drummer from Antarabe's bachelor party. We were going to spend a weekend in Rehoboth. That was a fucking great time. That's besides the point. So I go to the bank in Scranton, because I was working in Scranton. I go to the bank to get some cash for me for the weekend. And I take a couple $100 out of the ATM. An ATM for my bank that I know, for a bank account that I know to have for an account with only 4 digits worth of money in it, right? And the receipt comes out, and I go to put my car in gear and drive away, and I look at the receipt, and there's like 2 more fucking digits on the bank account balance. And I'm like, oh my God, what happened? Did I accidentally just steal money from someone else's account somehow? I quickly pull out my app, and I'm looking at the bank, and I'm like, where the fuck is all this money from? I text my sister, call my sister immediately. I'm like, hey, how many zeros you got in your bank account right now? And she's like, what? Where'd this come? It was my mother's life insurance policies and 403B hitting our accounts from the end of the estate of her passing.
Damn.
So the night, and I mean, at this time I was still smoking weed on a daily basis. So like, I don't dream. When I didn't dream for years after I stopped smoking weed in last fall. Oh my God, the dreams are everywhere. But back then I was still smoking, so I didn't dream. So like, I had this incredibly vivid dream where I'm in a place I haven't been in years, more than 20 years. I'm with someone who's been gone for more than 20 years. I have this vivid, like, goosebumpy feeling thing going on. And then, like, the next day, everything's okay because I have all this money that now I can buy a house and, like, live a life in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that is, but that was kind of like,
I think it's,
you know,
I think it's what your gut says it is,
Mm-hmm.
and don't veer from it.
Sure. Was it my mom and my grandmother?
I would have believed one.
Wherever
I got
now,
chills too.
Right.
I got chills
But-
too.
Like,
And
telling me
why-
you're good now. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And why wouldn't it be? That's my and that's the other thing.
Why blow it off as a coincidence or something?
It all goes back to that. Why, when something is right in front of your face, are we so ready to just turn that shit off and just say, "No, never mind"?
Because it's not what they teach us.
That's a big part of it.
I say, no, never mind, because, like, I'm not going to let that change. Like, well, okay, I'm not going to let it change my life. I'm not going to freak out about it.
Not freak out,
But-
but just acknowledge the gift.
Right, right. I look at that, and I've told that story to a few people. I remember calling my aunt, who was very close to my mother, and telling her the story, and she's not religious and well-educated and spiritual and the kind of person who is interested, but, like, feels the same way I feel about these types of things.
Mhm.
Like, she'll talk about it, but, like, I don't have a rational explanation. That's fucking crazy. That's essentially what she said. She was like, "That's crazy."
Right.
Mm.
She's like,
Just to
"That's
hear-
so cool," and, like, I'm
just to
so
hear-
happy for you.
right.
Maybe you saw your mother, and maybe you saw my mother. You know, that's what she said to me. She's like, "That's great."
And the moment someone says that's crazy, that's validation.
Right.
Because that hit them in a spot to where, okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
this is
It obviously
this
is
is
what
strange.
it is.
Yeah. Okay. We have Get Jarvis coming on here
Yep.
in a few
We
minutes.
have no time left.
So I have one more question for you,
Go.
Tone. This is an oddball question, but I like to get under Kent's skin, and I know Kent is still here. You can answer this quicker, or just answer it how you want to answer it.
Mhm.
This is the last question of the night. Is there a good chance we live in a firmament? Is the world possibly flat?
Thank you.
He answered that quick.
He did. He
He
did, he
said
did that.
no.
It's that simple.
Yeah. Where's your evidence?
I will believe
Mhm.
at simulation before I'll believe the world is flat. The evidence for me is the way the sun moves in the sky, the way it comes around every day at the same time, the way that we can predict that, the math, math that only points to those things.
Mhm.
All that we can observe points to math that can only point to us on a ball spinning around another ball, and that's spinning around another probably bigger ball, hurtling through space at a rate that we can't comprehend.
So why haven't the stars changed over the thousands of years,
The
millions?
size,
The
Yeah,
size.
it's the sheer
just
size.
the
sheer
sheer
size.
scale of it is so unbelievably unfathomable.
And old. Like we're not even around,
Yeah.
I think, for a blink, not even a half a blink to see any kind of fucking change.
Okay.
Ken said, no, it's not fucking flat.
Okay. Is the Van Allen belt really just the dome that's over the flat ontological I don't fucking know.
I was gonna say that you said one question. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Steve, if you can go ahead and post the link to Get Jarvis and to Recon. Recon goes live in 30 minutes as well, please.
Okay.
The one scientist, real quick, says if you put water in space inside a confined area, the water naturally becomes a sphere. If space were to have this overly weighted compression to flatten things out like a quarter to be flat, then it doesn't work. Right?
Yeah.
Everything takes its natural shape in space.
I can go out in my backyard tonight if the sky's clear and see 2, maybe 3 planets, depending on where they are in the sky right now. I don't know where they currently are.
Right.
If I can see those round things,
Right.
why would we be on a flat
But
one?
how do you know they're not like a coin shape?
there we
and
go.
you can't see the back. I mean, the moon is stuck in tidal lock. I'm just playing the latter half here.
I know.
The moon is stuck in tidal lock. We're never able to see that. Does it even exist?
Shadows, the way the other ones turn, like the phases of the moon are incredible for a reason. They do things to us as a species and to our planet in a way that's incredible, but like it's always been there. It's always been doing it that way. Like if we would be, it's dumb to look at that and go, yeah, this is flat.
Yeah. And to those that I always put it right back to them, they say, well, why do you trust the people that tell you it's round? And I say, well, why do you trust the people that tell you it's flat?
Yeah.
If you don't want to look at certain things, you have no, like, you don't have to look at certain things.
Yeah.
You're not wrong and you're not right.
I'm not a mathematician, but I'm smart enough to understand enough to look at that math and go, yep.
Yeah, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah. Well, look, Tone, it's been a blast having you here. We're not done with you yet.
This has been fun.
We could pick any random day you have available. If you want to come in here and just go monkey crazy, we can do that all day
Now that
long.
I know how to use this camera and make that
I'll
pop in for sure.
I definitely hope we see more of you. Thank you, everybody, for showing up.
Yeah, thanks,
with
everybody.
The fantastic questions. Thank you for showing up for Tone's interview. It means a lot to all of us.
And thank you three for everything you guys do for us. I say it a lot and other people do also, but I can't tell you what it means to me. It means a lot.
Oh, you're more than welcome. And we always say it's not our show. It's everyone's show.
For real.
And we just hope, Monkey Island stays universal, and we just, we all come out of the box and live together. So thank you, everyone. We will get on to Get Jervis. Tomorrow is Hardware Jams. We may go slightly after Hardware Jams is on. It depends on how early we want to end our Monday or how late we want to start the show. So we will let you know with a post. Is there any other news? Kent Spong has not been feeling great. So the scoring show
is on hold for now. Better.
So those of you who still want to score something.
What are you pointing at?
Could you see?
What is it?
It's a frog.
Oh, it's a frog.
Shit, the Frog Lord. Shout out to Uncle Jerry.
Shout out to the Frog Lord.
Okay. So all you lurker gurkers, thank you for showing up. Check out everybody in the comment section. Most of us have content we create. Check out the Synth Samurai. Check out Uncle Chrome.
Yeah,
Absurd
Synth Samurai
TV.
had a
Sean the Breathalyzer.
A crazy call-in guest today.
Yeah. Samurai had a crazy call-in guest. That was wild. So go check his show out if you miss it. Check out the Machines One. Check out Echo Craft. Check out Tone Smith, Upstate, Downstate. Check out Air, the only Aussie that comes in every now and then.
Oh, besides Daza.
Yeah. Check out Thomas Yan. Man, it was great seeing him on Popcorn Night. It's the first time anybody ever seen the guy, and his content is amazing. The dude is an amazing artist.
I hope he comes back and does some more.
Right? Yeah. Okay, everybody.
All right.
We'll see you
tomorrow.
Yep. Thank you.
Peace.
Bye.